Frankie and the trendsetter.
You did it again, man.
General, HOK Field Marshal, you know?
Nation.
None of them can bother dance on the top.
Revelation, set the top.
Violate the general. Head up in a blood clot funeral home. Anchor the AK Jabari got the chrome. Hector was the how we sending them home. Regina the alley with a Cuban and a galley. Send you back on Nile Valley with a shot in your toe intellectually. How click the link if your scholarship sloppy. More if your smile make you cry with the truth. No lie, my youth in my really scored on. 21 gun salute for commission. Not a brother, a hustle, a move like I left for the black woman not all like Dulce and a yana for sister freedom. I the whole panel know what time for Bible thumping the minute them see me come. Reviation set. Frankie are the trendsetter. None of them can mother dance on it. None of them can mother dance on it. Them got a podcast but saw better.
Yeah. Coast to coast, we be banging. Coast to coast, we be bringing all this knowledge, we be slanging. In the HOK, we don't do no entertaining.
Speaking true, speaking facts.
What the niggas just a layman. Better get on one accord. The future can be yours. Ancestors push you more. We gotta go explore the sciences and math. The future's based on class. You bout to catch my wrath. We turning up this track.
In the dark spots of the light.
The dark heart still fight. We gotta make this right. Talk right now. We learn how to stand up and stand proud. No man down. We fam now. House of the Conch, my clan now.
Frankie are the trendsetter. None of them can bother dance on it. None of them can bother dance on it. Them got a podcast but saw better.
When I look at you niggas, I see what I'm not. Go take him, a little bit of her, mix it with them, I put them in a pot. You still can't get none like me. It might sound the same, but it's unlikely. One white tee. If I lift it up, you niggas gonna see what it come might be. I thought I told ya. Affirmation, revelation, we some soldiers. Sinetter put this team together, now it's over. We got the weight of the world up on my shoulder. When you get conscious information, hearts turn colder. Now look at these trappers who rapping the same, so stuck in their lane, systemically, chemically. I'm thinking something is wrong with their brain. As long as they paid and for in the chain, I got nothing to say. They in love with the gang. I traded my gang for change, and now that I changed, a few things still say the same.
Frankie are the trendsetter. None of them can bother dance on it. None of them can bother dance on it. Them got a podcast but saw better. Frankie and the trendsetter.
It's about to go.
Play all day. Peace.
Mr. Dope style, young.
Peace to Afu Nation, Revelation X, HOK family. Peace to all the HOK family. Peace to the darkest minds of the light. Peace. Assalamu alaikum, Hotep. All the love, all the greetings of love and light. We have some stars on our panel tonight. We have Gemini the Goddess, Sakina Ra. We've got the brothers Zion Waring, and we're going to talk tonight. I'd like to start a conversation. I've been wanting to do this for a while about modesty and the stigma of women's sexuality and over sexuality and slut shaming and covering up and all that good stuff and what God says. Before I go around and let the panel introduce themselves, I'm letting everybody know that, yes, we are on Sonnetter Studios. We are on Sonnetter Studios. And I forget what else, y'all. I clicked a bunch of stuff. HOK, I think they were on the HOK platform. No, we're going to let the people speak. But I'm going to be ending those streams. And I want you to come over to the HOK Coliseum. See, I know it's a debate platform. So even though this is a very important discussion, I might be needing to bust some piñatas up in here with my brother Zion, and the sisters probably want to bust. They got their piñata bats ready as well, I'm sure. But who knows? It's not an echo chamber. So with all that said, please hit the like on Sonnetter Studios, yes. And I know you're also on the Rise channel, but come over to the HOK Coliseum if you can, please. I'm going to give you, I'm going to let the sisters and the brother introduce themselves. And once that's over, I'm going to turn off all those other streams. And it's just going to exclusively be on the HOK Coliseum. Thank you very much. Peace to, let's start with Gemini, because I haven't. Sakina's always in here, but Gemini's been missing in action. So I need to hear from Gemini. Unmute yourself, introduce yourself to the people, and let us know what's going on. How you doing, sis? How you doing, goddess?
I know it's been a while. It's been rough ever since 47 took office, and so
I know. Especially you have a government job, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So yeah, and then I just have to go with the flow. It has definitely been draining. I've been working 7 days. Sakina knows that
Damn.
because of all the layoffs, so it's real thin.
Wow.
And so as the good team player that I am,
yes,
I will show up, in times when we need it. And right now we need it every day there.
Wow. Understaffed?
Completely.
You got to come in and talk to us about that. I'm sure Jabari would be interested in that after all the DEI cuts and the closing of this and closing of that. I really am interested in hearing from you, but we're glad you're here today to weigh in on this topics as a woman and as a mother of young women.
As a sister.
And as a sister, I don't forget, I know you're the one that you coined the phrase Team V, or the title Team V. So was it Team V? What was it? It was a V tribe or something good. We know what V means.
That women, we are our own tribe. And so we have to come through, for one another. It's as simple as that.
Right.
And also listening to the men as much as we may love them, because, we are the divine feminine. So we are connected in such a way where, when we get together and that energy is positive, we flow where it makes sense, so women have, this extra sense that, but it only works when you're connected together with other women. That's why the sisterhood is so important.
Right.
And it's why, even if we don't always agree, being there, showing up for one another is different from agreeing with what she's saying. That's two different things.
Oh, yes. I love it. And you know what? And when we don't agree, but we still show love and respect to each other, that's when we're at our best. Absolutely. Because people get both sides. Yeah.
Every time.
So this is going to be, I already know this little group right here, not little, this power group right here. I know I won't step on any toes, and I know my toes won't be stepped on. But if they do get stepped on, though, I'll be like, okay, I see Sakina has come at me. We've all had that little, oh, she getting a little feisty. I like it. I like that. And Zion, the head squisher. Let's move over to the sister Sakina Rod. Thank you for being here. I'm serious. I really want people to enjoy this build. I want to really, really, really touch a lot of people. I want to talk about this modesty thing because I'm tired of people obsessing over how much cleavage, how much booty cheek, how much this and that. I really want to talk to, and it's time for us to talk about it. So without further ado, Sakina Rod, peace to you, queen. I'm so glad you joined.
Peace, sister. Peace to the king, brother. Yes. I want to get into this too because we have blew this out of proportion, or have we? Right. I want to say catered. I think kind of when we were talking about it earlier, me and Gemini, because I don't want to say modified, but to a degree I do. I want to say we edified, we modified, we altered. Let's see where this goes.
All right.
Right. Yes. So I want to leave my mind open to see where this goes. Especially with Zion clapping and carrying on. We're going to see who claps.
He's scared. No, he's not scared. He's not scared. But he was like, oh, Lord. But I want to say, I see beautiful, beautiful sisters in the audience. We have our sister, peace to you, Issacharite princess. She says shalom to us. She says Judas, hashtag Judas strong. I love that there are women here. Don't be afraid to hit the panel. I see Keon and I saw Jose. Keon, we're definitely going to need your voice. If you can hold off for a minute, just let us get going with, our little bit of a critique. And I won't be long. I mean, I won't make you wait till the whole end of the critique. He might need some backup with you, brothers, because I know that's what they're doing. He's probably like sending out the bat signal. Please, brothers, come now. Calling all brothers who want to help a fellow brother.
Gotta throw the cap out. Gotta throw the cap out.
What do they do in the court when they says to the judge the signal like, I am a Mason. Yes, Your Honor. That's he's sending out he sent out a secret Mason code, like the whole.
You remember when they on that port when they got into that fight, that brother threw the cap up in the air?
Yeah, you probably
I'm throwing the cap up, y'all.
You did something, and we had two brothers hit the back chat. Two regular brothers who are going to be definitely, don't get discouraged. Hold off. We will bring you in. You could sit in the back if you want. Hold on. But we're going to get into this commentary, and we're going to critique the brother's stream that he did on a channel, Genesis channel, not too long ago. So thank you for being here. Now, sisters, I said, if you want to come in and join and do some, like, give some commentary, and don't be like, oh, that's not fair. We need women my point of this whole stream is to hear from women first, and then definitely would love to hear from the brothers, but we get the women to talk about this, because that's another thing. Since why do men get to say what is modest with what we wear?
Yeah.
You got to remember, we're fathers, we're brothers.
Yes,
we're cousins.
Right.
We're not just men who are looking or objectifying women. Actually, I'm a father. I'm a daughter dad, right? I'm a girl dad too. I have a 27-year-old daughter who's in the fashion industry.
Okay.
So I should have.
No, you don't have a black. Real quick, Jenny. No, that's the problem.
I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that.
You get to tell your daughter what you want her to wear, but as a collective, we listen to you because we're all together. But it's Zion. I'm not saying men don't have any say, but it has been an authoritative, domineering, oppressive, shaming, scathing rebuke on women, and a measuring of 3 inches of cleavage, you're a whore. 2 inches and you're only an 8 cup. Okay, come on in. No, I
shame
you.
I shame the brothers with the pants sagging and
we can't even get started.
I shame them too. Listen,
I like to, Your Honor, for the record, I'd like to show you that we have a hostile witness with us. We can't even get out the gate, Your Honor.
Let's go.
So, okay, Zion, you didn't properly get to
yourself. All right.
And then I'll end the stream on Sunday. They can come over.
Y'all, if y'all don't know me, I'm Zion Warchild, Zion Waring. I've been on quite a few platforms, Lions Den and such. And I did this video. It was interesting because the night that I did that video on the Divine Feminine, it was inspired by a conversation that I had with Sister Napar on DJ Genesis channel. And so I wanted to have that dialogue. I know it's touchy for a man to have a say, but I said, you know what? I'm going to come out of love, as opposed to how a lot of men are bashing sisters. I don't want to do that, right? I want to come with love, and I want to voice as a man, from a man's perspective, what and how we present ourselves. And as I'm a PK. When I grew up, it was my grandmother and the mothers in the church who told you what you was wearing was either good or what it was not. It wasn't the men. It wasn't the pastor, the deacon board. It wasn't the brothers. It was the mothers. Okay, who would let you know that your dress is too high, or there was too much being shown, right?
In church, but also in how they presented themselves in the world as well. There was this term called fresh. We don't use that term the same way that they used to use. Some folks were fresh, right. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. So I learned from that,
and it also was a huge factor in how I chose to look at a woman. I don't particularly care to look at a woman just for her physique, but there has to be some substance or something. You know, I'm not looking at somebody's little girl because so I see somebody dressed up, scantily clad, and don't know how old she is, who she is, what she is. She might not even be a she.
Okay, brother.
Nowadays, so I don't look for the outside, and that's I think what we're having the problem here is that people think that they can even replicate what the feminine is, and they ain't even biologically.
Okay, brother.
There's a problem here. So that's
you're
where I'm
going in too far. You going
all right.
all the way to the end. We haven't even.
All right, let's get there. Let's go.
I just needed you to say hi. I'm Zion.
No, I'm Zion. Shalom.
All right. Okay. So let's get started right away because the brother said a lot, and let's just start critiquing his actual stream that's on actually Genesis channel. So if you haven't seen it, like he said, it's there, but we're going to go over what he said. And then I'm going to just give my take. We're going to go segment by segment. I was telling the sisters and I told Zion, I'm going to say something about what he says. Then I'm going to pass it on to the sisters, each person. We're not going to take long. I'm not going to go over 2 minutes. And like I said, we're just going to see what we see and say what we say. If you are a gentleman and you want to come on, we're not going to be bringing you on just right now. I will let you know after we get through most of the video, we'll bring you up. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Thank you so much for your patience. I did end the stream on Sound Editor Studios. So you need to come on over to the HOK Coliseum. All right, here we are. So let's see here. So everybody can hear it?
Those negative faculties.
You hear it, right? Yes?
Yes, I heard it. Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Positive faculties. So in order to define what is divine, desire to receive for the sake of sharing is, a virtue, or an animal soul is the desire to receive for the self alone, right? So we see a lot of existential, ideals that are more prominent now today, where people are more focused on the self as opposed to the collective.
So he talks about the fact that we are more focused on self, and then he gets into the fact that, like, even with our African Americans, how things are going right now. It started off with this whole pimping movement.
Okay, let's stop it right there before we get into the pimping. Let's talk about let me go back to his chart. And of course, he's here. So he talks about the animal soul and the divine soul. I think we could also call that the material and the spiritual, right?
Right.
I agree definitely that there is right now in our society, we're leading with the hedonism, with the flesh. We're leading this isn't just women, and it definitely doesn't have to do with women's clothing necessarily. It's collectively in general. All of our society is about food, lust, greed. Just have to get it. I got to have it. I got to have this, opulence. So I agree with him on this part. We will go further in and talk about how we shouldn't conflate or just leave all of it on the women when we are talking about leading with the flesh. So I'm quick with this one. I'm going to pass it on. Either sister, you decide who you want to speak. So I agree with that.
Okay, so my question is, when you say conflating or leading with the flesh, we were always taught that it was the survival of the fittest. So if you're leading by the flesh, are you not surviving by the same analogy, right? Because you this hierarchy of need and surviving by the fittest, only the strong going to survive. So if you don't meet these needs, you're not gonna survive. You're not gonna last. You're not gonna make it. So what are we saying?
Right. So what I'm saying is that
you didn't let the sister Gemini go yet, brother, and then we'll let you come in.
No, I'm listening so I can
But no, but he's gonna.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, you're gonna be able to explain yourself, but we got to get our critique in before he comes in and does his his explanation of it. So go ahead, Gemini.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to understand just a little bit more because I think Sakina hit on something when she asked that last question where she's saying, so if we don't do these things, we don't survive. I'm trying to, understand where he's going with this entire thing. So I'm going to listen a little bit more because I want to actually hear what he's saying.
Yeah, she cuts it off. So excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt. Genesis moves forward from that into the pimping. So let's go ahead, I see what you said. Let's let Zion go in and explain a little bit more about that. Thank you.
Okay, so basically, I'm differentiating the higher self, the higher nature, and the lower nature, which is your survival, right? Your food, your reproduction, your fight or flight. You know what I'm saying? The lower stem of your natural needs, necessities, behaviors. But your higher self is supposed to govern that. It's supposed to govern over it, right? So I'm differentiating how right now it seems like the animal self, the lower nature, is in the cockpit. It's driving, and it should be in the passenger seat.
Well, let me say this though. We're talking about modesty. That is true. However, when we see men, that's something a man has to control and a woman has to control within themselves. So when we see men saying, I need you to cover up because like how you said, I don't want to be looking at you. You might be underage. That is not something that the person who's dressed like that is responsible for. She's not responsible for how your body and your mind makes your body act. That's not her responsibility. And so you can respond to that, but that's my take.
Real quick. Yeah, I do want to respond real quick. So what we put out into what energy we put out into the universe, that's what we get back, right? Well, so it's like the law of attraction, right? Mm-hmm. So if I am putting out lower nature energy, I am sure to, if I walk into a club and I'm trying to be all hard and I'm, I'm grilling, the brothers and I'm, acting, I'm going to get that smoke. Somebody gonna put their sword up. Somebody going, try to check my gangster.
Are they right?
You
understand what I'm saying?
But wait, steps though. Before we even get to that reaction there, if because you're putting it on a timeline and you're saying, okay, modesty, or put it this way, you're missing the whole part of where do those reactions even come from? So you got the souls up here, divine soul and animal soul, but you need to just call the ace and spade a spade. We're talking about jealousy, control, obsessive behavior. That is the nature. So when the Pine said, we're not responsible for the way you all react or the way our bodies react. We're talking about first, let's even acknowledge the fact that men have a lot of jealousy and control issues. The reason why your first statement is, I want my person to cover up. You see what I'm saying? I mean, so this, you gotta go back into some of the real reasons in the first place why you're making that statement as the first statement out of your mouth. It's not like you're saying, hey, you know what? I get it. Men are jealous. Men like to control things. Men have an obsessive type of behavior. Men want to keep whatever they feel is theirs protected and safe. So they want her to cover up. You have to start out like that.
Yeah, and look at
this is actually
real quick. Excuse me, Zion. I want to. Excuse me, y'all. This is great. Thank you, Gemini. Thank you, Zion. King Mike's Colin says, "Why don't you want to cover up?" What? See, that's such a blanket statement. I mean, see, cover up to you, King Mind Cola, might be just a sister wearing a t-shirt that doesn't show cleavage, but cover up to somebody else might be an entire burqa with just a window for the eyes. So we can't just be like, cover up and then be like, what? So we're here as women to decide how we feel, what we in the West, we're not under Sharia law. We're not in Islamic country. The burqa has been outlawed in a lot of public spaces in the West, in Europe, like Switzerland, France, and I congratulate them for that. You know why? Because some women might want to wear the burqa, but it's illegal, and and I'm sorry to those women, but the problem is that so many women are forced to wear it, right, more than women want to wear it. You hear me? Yeah. So I applaud those countries outlawing the burqa, and the burqa is the one extreme one with the face, just the window. Yeah. So come on, who wants to wear a beekeeper suit all day? I'm not born. Okay. So anyway, let's get into the pimping part. Oh, everybody spoke. Okay, let's get to the pimping part because there's a lot to unpack. Yeah, I'm gonna go forward.
Receive for the self alone, right?
Okay,
we see a lot of existential.
Started off with this whole pimping movement. And then that moved into a lot of like how like in society right now.
This is all going to make sense in a little while, y'all. You're like, why does this have anything to do with, you know what I'm saying, the divine feminine and modesty, right? All right, so procurer may receive this money in return for advertising services, physical protection, and or providing the possibly monopolizing a location where the prostitute may solicit clients. Like prostitution, the legality of certain actions of a madam or a pimp vary from one region to the next, right? So we got that. So we have this cult in Black culture, it's pimping in the whole nine. It's very popular. You know what I'm saying? We have it in a lot of 1990s music and hip hop music. A pimp actually became a positive thing.
I got to pause it. I got to go in right here. Okay. So first off, I'm going to ask a couple, maybe one or two rhetorical questions. Who's pimping more, men or women? Men. Okay. When a woman is being pimped, it doesn't matter if she's wearing a beekeeper outfit, because there are women being pimped in countries where they wear beekeeper outfits, or a bikini. This is conflating sex trafficking, which is done primarily by men. Are women involved in sex trafficking? Of course, there's madams, there's women who groom, but guess what? It is a man's profession. That is, I'm saying the pimping. And then the prostitute is the one that the pimp uses, that he exploits. That is being conflated with what women should wear. That has nothing to do with what women should wear. I couldn't wait. I was working out the gym listening to this. Zero. You cannot talk to me about pimping and then say advertising and clothing for women. No. Okay, so with that said, I'm real quick with it. I might come back in, but I'm going to pass it on to, I heard Gemini say something. Gemini, you pass it on to Sakina. Go ahead. What do you think about that part that he said? Just what he brought up alone, just that.
You know, sex sells, right? And I think that's probably what he's getting at. But it can't just be predicated upon clothing, because like you just stated, in other countries, women are so low key and they're trafficked. It depends on the country you're in, not necessarily the clothing. So Sakina, go ahead.
Yeah, short and sweet.
Okay, but we also had men with these jackets and these vests with no buttons, with the tight shirts with the taco meat and these tight slacks. And we all know about the disco tight slacks where we could tell their heartbeat. And we know what we could tell the heartbeat when they were wearing socks and carrying on. Not all of them, but some of them. And I'm going to leave it at that part, right? Because everybody had their tight clothes at one time and thought it was sexy.
Okay. Okay, thank you, sister. And now Zion?
I touch on that as well with men. I touch on the hypersexuality being propagated within the music industry, pimping sex, not just amongst the women, but also amongst the men. You know what I'm saying? That this trend hyper sexuality, over sexuality is not just focused on I'm not saying that just women alone need to be modest. Men need to cut it out also in it so that we're not hyper sexualized. We're not focusing on the lower nature. We're not defining ourselves by our lower nature. We're defining ourselves, and we're keeping our lower nature sacred, in a sense, to each other, to ourselves, for our own dignity, for sake. You know what I'm saying? So, not to simplify it, but men also, the whole pimping thing. I get into this. I get into how in hip hop music, you got your Puff Daddies.
No, we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. No.
So, yeah, so I don't just. This is not just focused on.
But let me ask you this, Zion. Wait, I know but what was your intention? If you could just make it like brief.
So with this, I was pointing out that the age of Aquarius and the whole thing, the whole sexual freedom, sexual liberation age has a large effect on the Black community. You know what I'm saying? After the 60s, all of folks were coming out the closet. You know what I'm saying? The whole hypersexuality thing began becoming very large, while we still had sisters and brothers who maintain a certain dignity within the music industry. Sade, Shaka Khan.
Okay, don't go too far. Wait, Zion, we're going to get to that, but I want to ask you.
Yeah.
When you say sexual, and be straight, just, speak your speech. You're saying that when women dress a certain way, that's very little clothing.
All of us are engaging in it. All of us are engaging.
No, we're talking about women and modesty.
Yes, women as well.
So I'm asking.
Earlier, they're the focus, because if you remember, Snoop Dogg got
let me get this out. We got to keep this in order. I'm asking you a specific question.
Right.
When a woman has very little clothing on, or tight-fitting clothing, or transparent clothing, even, is she sexualizing herself?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, good. Absolutely. I wanted to get that out. So now, so let's stay with this. So you're saying that when a woman has on has a lot of cleavage, or come on in, Sakina, or you're saying that she's saying, hey, I want to have sex with everybody. Everybody, you see me? I want to have sex.
She has a lot of cleavage. I'm
just saying anything that looks like her body, her breast, her butt.
Right.
Okay, her midsection.
Right. I saw a video recently where the sister with the BBL was walking around. Her dress was so small that her butt was all the way out. The BBL looked crazy. It looked crazy. She looked like she was the lady of the night. And that's ridiculous.
But you're saying, okay, you go to the extreme, but let's even stay in the extreme. When she's walking around with her butt out, she wants to have sex. She wants to be sexualized.
She is sexualizing herself. Absolutely.
You do realize that there are other people that actually would disagree with that.
I'm sure there are.
Because let me say this.
My opinion.
Okay. We understand that sex is power. I'm not saying women don't know that they are powerful, whether they have their booty cheeks out or they're wearing the beekeeper outfit. We're women, and you know what we have, and men know that they want it. So with that understood, I'm talking about when this is the problem. We talked about the extreme with the booty cheeks hanging out. There are men, most men who are especially religious, that see a woman with yoga pants and a little t-shirt at the store and thinks she's a whore. She wants sex. That's the problem.
I agree.
No, I'm not for women getting monkeypox. When I see women with shorts, when I see women with a lot of short meat cheeks and stuff and skin showing, I never think whore. I think, damn, I hope she doesn't get monkeypox. That's how I feel. Right, ladies? I don't think, she wants to have sex with a bunch of men. Is there an element of that? Yes, but we need to get good off the extreme. And I'm going to hand it over to Sakina. She wanted to say something. Just because a woman is wearing something that you might see. Now, remember, he said the extreme with the booty cheek hanging out. There are men who, I do my shorts, so many fools talking about she's a whore. My shorts, I'm not being a whore in my shorts. I have some cleavage. I might have on some yoga pants and you can see my shape. And they say I'm a whore and I must be a slut. That's the problem. It all goes back to the mind of the man. And then the women start to think like that too. But if you go to African countries, if you go to the Caribbean, you could go to Miami, for God's sake. Everybody's walking around like that. Everybody's not trying to have sex. They really aren't. Is it accepted? See, I want to talk about modesty in the context of where you are. I'm not going to walk into a mosque wearing some coochie cutters and a little a tank top. You go where you're supposed to go, and you can. I know I can wear yoga pants to the store. I know I can. It's not an issue. But in certain communities, they call you a whore. They call you a slut. I'll pass it over to you. Thank you for letting me go in. That's the problem. It's in the mind of the man, and we have to start as women first. Yes, women. Not. It's great that you're a father. It's great that you're a husband, but you don't get to tell us. It's time for us to start telling you, no, I don't want sex just because I have on yoga pants. That's your mind. All right, Sakina, go ahead. You're muted. And you guys don't have to agree with me. I know I went in a little bit because
no, that was good, because that's why I kind of really wanted to get into because I combine modesty because I had said people got me kind of twisted with modesty, because humble people are so modest and modest people are so modest that they say whatever's on their mind. They so modest, they tell you how they feel, and they become so humble, they tell you they humble. Humble people tell you they humble now. And just like he just said that he made this reference that about poor and with these clothing, but at one time we were so modest that if you wore your pants off, sagging off your butt, it showed poverty. And now men sagging, and at one point that meant you were, LGBTQ. And now men are not LGBTQ and they still sagging. But if your ancestors or your elders saw you, that meant that. And so now you telling a woman if her butt cheeks is showing, that means she's a 304. But if you sagging, you ain't a 304. But your elder said you was a 304 with your butt cheeks hanging out. But you said that's not you. You just sagging because that's the swing. That's your new swag. Right? But now she's showing her butt cheeks, and she a 304 no matter what she say, because that's what you said. Right? And that's in your modesty. Right? But somewhere in your Bible, it didn't tell you to tell a woman how to be a woman. It told you how to be a man and raise your son. But now you telling her how to be a woman. So I don't know. Let's finish telling us what modesty is, so I can get it right this time. I yield.
That's what I'm saying right there. I'm so, I'm so don't even know where to start with this conversation, because first of all, I'm a grown woman. I do not confuse grown people's act with younger people who are just trying to find themselves. So when you talk about sex, being hypersexual and everything, in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, he must be referring to a 21-year-old or a 22-year-old. You couldn't possibly be talking about a mature woman who has some experience under her belt and who has lived a little. So you are confused about these things and about what audience that you are setting the tone for. Because I'm a grown woman. Nobody tells me what to wear, who to have sex, how to have sex, and anything else for that matter. There's only one person governing me. That's me. So when you're talking about this, when we're talking about this topic, and we're sitting here talking about modesty, we must be referring to the younger generation and grown men who have not stopped being or wanting to be young. Because hypersexuality is for the 21-year-old man and woman. So are we saying that the 21-year-old man and woman who is now 41, the man didn't stop being hypersexual? So now everything he says is related to all kinds of women because he hasn't grown up and he hasn't realized that women grow up, people grow up. Then you have the divide. What? I'm trying to figure out what section in the is he talking to? In the stadium is he talking to? The grown women section or the younger generation section? Which one? Make it clear.
And be modest.
I'm always modest.
Yeah, it's your turn, brother.
So that's the thing. That's the interesting thing. You brought up a case. Both of you brought up cases that I brought up in this video. I even got on the brothers with the pants sagging. And there's grown men with their pants sagging. Grown men who dress like children and still act like children. Absolutely. But there are women, older women too nowadays, who are acting like they 25, they 50, 52 years old, dressing like they 22 years old.
And
because it's a hypersexual. Excuse me.
You need to make the case if they want to.
You haven't gotten there in the video. I've said that.
Like a father,
I've said
and you're
that.
not their father. Are we clear on that?
Ma'am.
No, she's got a good point.
I'm just stating facts. You're not their father. So
you're acting like I'm attacking women alone, and that's the whole problem because you have the whole video.
From a human place.
And that's what I'm not going to accept because I'm not attacking women alone. I'm attacking hypersexuality.
No, let's not, Zion. Nobody's thinking about what you're looking at. Brother, first off, I told you, Zion, when you hear her go in, she's talking collectively. She's not just talking to you. This isn't something that's uncommon. And I don't want to, I'm speaking for the sister, but I know she's not just like, huh?
But it's one-sided.
No, but
I'm not one-sided. I've not been one-sided about it. We just haven't gotten it.
You're open-minded about it, Zion. You're open-minded about it. You're balanced. We're talking primarily, now I know it's your video, and Zion is like, y'all leave me alone. Look, Zion, this isn't just about you though, brother. You are being balanced. We're talking about this is for the ones who are not balanced, because for the most part, it's imbalance. And so I just want to put that out there. It's the toughest environment. She can speak for herself, but Gemini is not, it's not anything like just only you, but it is definitely something that, and she's right. Like a grown woman, you said the 25 thing, they tell me, well, you're too old to be trying to go in your shorts. And I'm like, first of all, yeah, I'm not going to say, I can do what I want. If I want to look the way I want, I'm not going out with my booty cheeks hanging out.
That part.
Okay, because like I said, not because I'm worried about what men think about me. It's because I don't want the attention. And thank you. Look, I don't want the attention. That doesn't mean she wants sex. I'm not going to lie. You put on something and you're like, oh, I'm getting ready to stop the show. That's how women think. Young women especially. They have beautiful, let me say this to the ladies. You know what I'm talking about. You're not going to ever be 22 again. And I wouldn't ever, I have nieces that are in their 20s. I would be like, you know what, monkeypox? And I'm serious about that monkeypox thing. I'm like, you want to kind of, but little mini skirts, showing the midsection. I have no problem with that. You know why? Because they're not going to be able to do that all their lives.
That's right.
When you go, so you're going to get to an age, even if you don't have children, things change on your body. And you're going to be like, why didn't I just enjoy my beautiful self? I was so worried about what men were going to say about me being a whore. It's not a problem to love your body and love the way your body looks. It's not a problem to love your face and love the way your face looks. I'm so tired of men. It's not just the body thing. Black men will not stop talking about our faces and the makeup and the hair and how about you just relax? Not you, Zion. Just take it easy. If you don't like what a woman's wearing, she doesn't need to be a whore. She doesn't need to be looked down on. She doesn't need to be said, oh, she's not a good woman because that other woman has a beekeeper outfit on. Because there are a lot of women having a lot of sexual fun under them beekeeper outfits. Okay. We got a lot of sisters out there wearing them hijabs and getting a lot of jobs, if you know what I mean. So let's go ahead and go forward. because we got a lot to unpack. And Zion, this isn't an attack on you. I appreciate you doing this for us. You say a lot of crazy stuff in here, and it's important that I must say he says a lot of stuff to the men and the women. A lot of stuff you say in here, I'm like, oh no, I got it. It's all love, though. You didn't make me like, oh, he hates women. I don't get that vibe ever from you. But the stuff you said about Sade and Erykah Badu, we're gonna get to that. So let me play this.
Right? You know what I'm saying? You call it, right? Yo, what's good, pimping? You know what I'm saying? Looking clean, pimp. You know what I mean? It has become a term of endearment amongst men. You know what I mean? So it's interesting.
We gotta pause it. Sorry. Quickly, ladies. Did you notice what he said? He admits it. I love that he said that. You call a man a pimp, you just made him feel so good. You actually are calling him a sex trafficker. And isn't that true? Oh, come on, pimp. Oh, thank you, brother. You just said that he exploits women for money and he's a sex trafficker. But it's okay. You get what I'm saying? In our culture, it's okay. And I'm saying American culture, because it's not just with Black people anymore. It started with us, but you could say it to Latinos, white boys, like, go ahead, pimp. Oh, thank you. The reality is a pimp is somebody who's exploiting women and using them for their sex, taking all the money that they make and having the nerve to say, I'm taking care of you. Go ahead, I'll pass it on. I just want you to make a comment on that when he talks about how being a pimp is something looked up to in our culture.
Yeah, we've had to normalize it though, because when we're talking, if we're just keeping it a whole buck, money was very limited in certain eras, of us living here, right? And so there are things that we've done, like we always do, because we're resilient people. We've had to take some things and make it our own, just so we can sit here and get past the stigma of it, and also to look the other way, because it was at one time at least bringing in some sort of money. And if you didn't have any, that was the quickest way to go get some. So it's kind of built into the culture. But actually calling it and defining what it is just that. It is sex trafficking. I have to agree with that, wholeheartedly, even though it is something that we have incorporated.
Yeah. And the thing is, women, I'm glad you brought that up. Women throughout time, it doesn't matter what race, they know they can get money by doing that. But then a man saw it and said, let me come in here and capitalize on that. And I'm going to tell you, that's my take about pimps. I'm saying even Madeline,
man who didn't want to go to work. So hey, let's call it being an entrepreneur, right? We're entrepreneurship. I'm going to take you ladies, and I'm not going to go to work, but I'm going to put y'all self to work.
Yeah, like why? Then they tell them, and you got to look at the mind of these women. They actually are. For me, that's a woman who's got a, dare I say, in the beginning, she's got a trusting naivete, almost like a innocence about her, that she believes he's gonna protect me. So, because if they were so independent, like women should, she should be like, I don't need you to do anything for me. I'm having the sex, I'm keeping the money. But they thought he starts messing with their head and saying, you need me to do this because I got to protect you. How is he protecting you while you're alone with some guy having sex? But he tells her, I'm protecting you, but all he does is send her off by herself. And then she has to come back and bring all the money to him. And he gives her, out of the $100 or $200 or whatever, $50, he gives her $3. Or he says, I'm not giving you anything. What do you need me to buy? So that's the issue. That's not even about clothing. We're talking about the culture of men. Well, we could bring it into the clothing. You know why? Because we're going back to the male mind. He sees her as an object. He sees her as something that can be used as a sex object, when she just is looking for some way to live comfortably, like Gemini said. She's trying to make it and live, and now she's got herself in a situation with some man who sees her as nothing but a piece of meat, and he's selling her. But before we go further, I just want to let Sakina weigh in on that. The whole pimping being said as seen as something great.
Well, to some, not to all, because the mindset we got to stick with that. So if you were a runaway and you were on the streets, then you got to go stay in the stable. That was a home. You stayed with other women, so that was somewhere to stay. And then they were out making money, and then he did get them protection from other pimps, and other pimps may beat them and put them out all night on that beat. And if they were out all night and then they didn't have a stable, they didn't have something, and some of them were nicer, better to them, according to others. Anybody that read these books from Iceberg Slim or exactly, so you know the difference. And so it wasn't about what was called cock, lock, and blow. So if they chose you, then what none the pimp could do. So yeah, and so we got to go with that, right? So they did need protection. They were running, and they still run from them now. I guess the drugs is the different thing now, because ain't nothing like a crackhead hoe. So it's a big difference now. So yeah, it is a mind.
Easier to manipulate when he gets her hooked, and they get him hooked on drugs. Thank you, Sakina.
Exactly. So when we say modesty, again, we are conflating and we're moving markers and all kind of things again, right? So are we policing modesty to make it what we want it to be?
Well, you know what, Sakina, stay right there. I think what's interesting about what you said is about modesty is what did the man did? He manipulated modesty, because isn't it interesting that his stable he will take his stable and dressed modestly to sell sex. I think that's very interesting. I find it fascinating that some of the things that we go through, another person can manipulate that, right? That's the way the mind is constantly figuring out ways to have all these workarounds.
Yeah.
Right?
Come on.
So Gemini and Sakina and to the brother Zion, notice it all goes back to what's going on in his head.
Yeah, absolutely.
It all goes back to what's going on in his head. Go ahead, y'all.
Right, he's a whole pimp, and he's saying, "Hey, we know that," and he's the man. He's the man, right? So he's saying, "Hey, we know that we don't want them coming in here dressed like hoes, because it'll turn them off. So we'll have them come in dressed modest."
And what's the line? Don't hate the player, hate the what? The game. So what are we saying?
That's right. To play the game, we'll have them dress modest and see that there you go.
And they will get more, ladies. Now you're cooking with oil. They will get more tricks.
That's right.
Because guess what? They know, hold on. This is I'm praising the brilliant woman's mind. You think we don't know? You think we don't know that if we put on a beekeeper outfit, you're going to be falling all in love with us? Oh, you're the best. Do you know the real? Let me tell you something about these women out here that are brilliant. They know how to sweet talk you. Oh, I could never. Then they hang up with you, and then they call up their next other boyfriend. Nigga, if you don't get on me, this is the trick that gives me the bag. Oh, I don't know anything about that. Could you show me? You think they don't know?
Yeah.
All this, she's modest. Oh, she's a woman that I exalt.
Oh,
get with the game, guys. Oh, Zion,
talk about culture.
Oh, I think Zion. I hope brother Zion wasn't offended and he left.
No, I think probably just a network issue. But listen how true that is. Like I used to always say that in church. When I used to go to church, and I used to be like, I find it fascinating that all the ones that were hoes had the skirts down to the ground, and they had sleeves all the way down, just about to their fingers. They were covered up so well, and those are the ones all the men married, and then turned around and said, "Oh my!" When we said, "Hey, how's your wife? How's your life?" Oh my gosh, you wouldn't believe. Yes, we would believe because women know women. We know each other. You guys.
To blow that one up right there.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a very fascinating thing. And I always tell men, my brothers, and and my sons, like, hey, if she's all covered up, I want you to watch that one, because to be normal is to do normal things, to show a little skin, to sit here and show a little leg, because a person is normal. When a person is on that border abnormal, this is when you will see something out of place. But men take that to mean that that's the one. She's the one. She's all covered up. She's the one. And that is the crazy cycle who's going to sit here and burn up all your clothes, stab all your tires, take all your
sleep
money,
with all your friends.
sleep with all your friends. Yes. I mean, I kid you not. So it's like, and I don't know, about men. And so when we have these kind of conversations,
and this is all love, right?
Men are enlightened too about the things that we say.
Yeah.
So that they can find a better woman and stop thinking what they think is the better woman is the better woman.
But I do want to say this. I do want to say this to the sisters who are there's, of course, we're talking on an extreme where men are saying across the board, any woman who has on a beekeeper outfit is the most amazing woman. There are sisters who do dress very modestly, who are beautiful sisters. Gemini and Sakina dress modestly. I'm the only one who, I guess, be showing a little cleavage here.
I do too.
So their sisters.
I'm going out.
Yeah, so my point is, we're not telling sisters who are dressed modestly, but the way men are saying, if you are dressed that way, you're a quality woman. And yes, you sisters, this is the example of all women. I love women to dress whatever way they want to dress, but I used to call them the Hoe Patrol on Facebook, because when I was still a super Hebrew, they would be, "Oh, sister, I can see a little bit of your cleavage." And I'd be like, "Why the Hoe Patrol on my page?" They would be, and they do that in these Sharia law countries. In Iran, they have these trucks of women who go around watching the girls on the street. And guess who they always attack? The younger, prettier women who are, so definitely I want to check with Zion. I don't know if he left because he was upset, but I'm going to play a little bit more of this. I got to call him back and say, I don't want him to feel like we're being unfair.
Come back.
He's going to have to control himself too. It can't just be on us. He's responsible for his own emotions.
Don't be so modest. Come on back.
No, come on back, brother. I'm gonna let the men in. I'm gonna let Keon in a minute.
Can't be a crybaby on here. This is
we can't even get through it.
This is the wife of the toughest environment. This is the second toughest environment. So get yourself back over here. Stop whining all the time.
I don't think maybe he didn't leave on purpose. So okay, here's the
something of this can become something that's positive. But let's go.
We're beating him up. The brother just said, "I'm having tech issues. I'm coming back."
Yeah.
Zion, don't watch that part where Jim and I was going into you, and no, just kidding. Zion, please don't go. Scroll back. So anyway, let's get going with the rest of this. This is a great stream. This one that we have, but the one that he did with her was good too. He has a lot of.
Go back to the historical roots. You know, say the sexualization of Black women and girls, right? So this was an article that I had just recently found. Like many issues involving race in our country, the view of Black women and girls as hypersexualized has its roots in racism. Understanding how our culture came to believe that Black women and girls were more sexually advanced and can help us to eradicate this harmful way of thinking to protect all women and girls from sexual violence.
All right. So you have Scam Chan asking, what rabbit hole is this? All right. So the bottom line is that at one point we're talking about a sentient being, right? You have at one point, and from a spiritual standpoint, people were talking about women and feminine energy being sentient, and feminine energy being so-called, the dominant force. It's a very powerful force, a respected force, and now it is getting turned into this is what you see right here. And the question is why? You know what I'm saying? And so now he's getting into the reason why.
This is where it gets serious, y'all. Before the slave trade took hold in America, European travelers to Africa were both fascinated and appalled by the dress and
I gotta stop it for myself for the history of women and sexuality and fertility. I wholeheartedly disagree. I'm gonna let you in a minute, brothers in the back, but I just want Zion to come back in. He's back. I gotta disagree with the whole. This is now the degradation. Granted, is this sister on here? Could she's going through a phase in her life. Okay, this is her whole phase. Sorry, this is. She's young. I'm not. This isn't excusing or saying that I'm against it. This is just the facts. We have younger women doing things, and it is focusing on their sexuality. Why? Because they're fertile.
For their age group. For their age group.
Their age group. And to be honest, throughout time, it's the time when they are fertile. They're advertising. That's nature. And we can go back to, because Genesis is like, before it was all feminine divine, it was worse than this. Let me show you something really quick. When I say worse, because she kept on saying throughout the video, and she doesn't know, so I hope she watches this. The squatting is a symbol of fertility. Ma'at is squatting in hieroglyphs, in the metanetter, and in steles, and not steles, and the wall art.
Right,
yes, she's squatting. There's the squatting. They have a birthing stool. They squat. And the squat is an advertising of being fertile and powerful, because guess what? In ancient times, it wasn't about sex being powerful. It was about saying, I am fertile, I am sex, and I will bring forth eternal life because I will reproduce for you.
That's right.
That is what it was about, and that's what it still is about. But we're not in that. We've advanced to where we're not having to live like that anymore. But we need to understand, make no mistake, that sex, when you look at a woman, we are the epitome of sex. Now, people might say, oh, I thought you said you don't want to be objectified. I'm not objectified. I am your life. I am your spirit. I am everything that holds your life together, because I am the embodiment of reproduction. When you look at a woman, her belly is full of children with a child. When you look at us, we have breasts. Breasts give life to children that we give birth to. We are actually the representation of reproduction. So even innately, that is a good divine thing. But then here we go. When it gets into the mind of the man that's been programmed to say women are sex, they're sluts, they're useless, throw them away, they're dumpsters. Now you forgot that her squatting is power. You forgot that the thing that's right there in the middle of the squat is something that you will live and die for. That's right. What you forgot. See, that's the thing I want to say about, this is a degradation of, this is not the degradation of the feminine divine. This is the misunderstanding of the feminine divine taken through the mind of the modern male. Because there are men who get what I said. There are men out there who understand what I'm talking about. But the modern male, and what is the modern male? You might say, it's a guy like Elon Musk. No, it's the Abrahamic faith guy. It's the Christian, the Hebrew Israelite, the Muslim, and all those other things, wars, 3%ers, 5%ers, whatever. They all came from that Abrahamic faith mind. And as much as they say, even Zion, I'm gonna let you come in, even the Rastas, they all came from that Abrahamic faith. That woman is a devil because she gave him some coochie and now his mind is gone. That is the problem. That squat isn't the problem. Those breasts, her with the tongue out, is beautiful. That is ancient fertility. The problem is you see it as a trap. She gonna trap me. She gonna get me with I want it so bad. I'm acting like this.
But wait. Let me, Sakina, I'm gonna let you rock. But
go ahead.
Once again, when you sit and just like when we were talking about earlier with the pimps, and the modest hoes, right? The manipulation of modesty, showing and saying that, hey, if we dress her a certain way, she'll bring in more clientele. But it's the same thing with this right here. It's very fascinating that they have so much to say when they look at it. But when you sit and say she is the epitome of fertility, first of all, this hood thing became a big thing because lots of men, and you're talking to a home girl from the hood, so I can sit here and tell you how many people come over to the hood to sleep with girls, with women like this, and then don't want nobody to know, and then go tip out back into the suburbs. And then when you when you're upset about, when the woman is upset about who he has slept with, don't forget, before there was money and everybody had all of these great ideas and wonderfulness about how their lives should look, this is the way people grew up, in projects and barrios and hoods and places like this. This young lady right here, you know how many men will sit here and attempt to try and change her? First, they'll sleep with her 1,000 times. Right? And then, hey, let's change her. Let's make her modest. But that's fake, because all you guys are seeing is sex. Sex is what you want. Sex is what they will have with her. The modesty is just a fake thing. That's the bait and switch. That in your mind, you have the audacity to sit and say, let's make her modest, when that's exactly what you want. You just don't see it. You don't want nobody else to see it. You've been busted. So, and we're going to move right on.
There you go. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for adding that. Yes, I'm going to get that picture back up so we can still go in and talk about it. Zion, thank you so much for your patience. This isn't an attack on you, Zion, by the way. This is talking about, this is our perspective. And we remember, no echo chamber. And I am going to give you a chance to speak. You've been very patient. This is actually the profile of a woman squatting. This is the goddess Ma'at. The squat isn't anything new, bo. It represents power, life, fertility. That's what it represents. Eternity. Am I lying? This is the squat. Even when you look at the God, it's like a relief. It's y'all know I'm horrible. I call it the meta netter, but it's the scene of the underworld. You know, Sakina, where they have all the gods on the top that judge the person that comes in and that stands before Tahuti or Anubis, I should say, Anubis and so they're squatting. They're all squatting at the top. It's like a, how do you say, like the elders or the powerful gods, the netters. But at first it's representing fertility, because when you see a woman squatting,
what we call in corporate a power pose.
Okay, power pose. Thank you. It is
adoration.
So I want to show you another one with the birthing stool of the squat.
Right. That's I thought you was showing the one with the tree. It's a birthing tree, and
I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get the birthing one. But go ahead, Sakina. I know you want to weigh in, and then hand it over.
I was gonna say something.
Oh, sure. Go ahead, Zion. Thank you. Thank you.
She got on a sundress.
Who does?
Look, I don't see no ham hocks. I don't see. Look now. Listen.
No, the point is,
listen. I've been going for a second.
I know, but no, we're not gonna do about how she's not.
No, you said you wanted some pushback. So I'm
but pushback. But I'm just saying to you, you can say she doesn't have ham hocks, but I was talking about the actual pose of the squat.
The pose is sideways. It's not from the front. Now, if you listen wait,
hold on. When they depicted these particular gods, often, and they would be from the side. Okay, but I'm gonna get one that's forward with the birthing stool. Go ahead.
Okay, so with the Sexy Red, you can't say that about Sexy Red. Her lyrics are sexual. Her lyrics are talking about juggling, deenies, and all kinds of stuff.
Right.
She is sexualizing her. She is pimping herself. And this is something that can I finish? I just not.
No, let him finish because he took a minute. But you're already talking from this side of like she's pimping herself. Like
she is. That's what is going on with the music industry going on
that way. She's not pimping herself.
I think we're justifying it, and I'm not justifying. I don't justify men.
I don't like what she does, but
I'm not justifying her behavior. Now, You know, when I spoke about Erykah Badu and Sade, those sisters exude class. They exuded, they were extremely beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Men were going to objectify them regardless of whether they showed their body parts. It was not necessary. It was not, their divine and their physical feminine was all there in their music, in the way they carried themselves, and not a yidim had to be dropped. I'm gonna keep using that word. Not a yidim. Not one yidim. Not one yidim. Not one yidim. Not one yidim.
Okay, this is the issue. I need to talk on this. You keep on, okay, I'll let you say that. You keep on using Erykah Badu and
I love Erykah.
Wait, I said, let me get this out. Erykah Badu is the #1 woman who wears whatever she wants. She literally, don't cut me off. I know you said this off camera. She literally walked down a public street with no clothes on, naked, because she's on our side. She says, you don't get to say what women can wear. If Erykah chooses not to dress with her yiddims out, I agree with Erykah. But Erykah says, I will wear my yiddims out. You think I won't? Let me take off this everything and walk down the street with my yiddims all out. No yiddim coverage.
Downtown. Make sure there's plenty of people.
And Erykah, and even today, and this isn't about, see, we're getting to the microcosm, looking in the little tiny, we're not worried about what Erykah wears. We're not worried about what Sade wears. What we're saying is, if Sade doesn't want to show her yiddims, doesn't make Sade better than Janet, who does show her yiddims. Because you were talking about Janet wasn't showing her yiddims. She's the sexiest of all sex symbols. If Erykah Badu wants to not show her clothes, wear her beautiful garments, and not really show a lot of whatever, which I disagree. Erica's titties be everything, booty. She does what she wants. That's our point. When she wears whatever she wants, she wears whatever she wants. I'm not okay with Sexy Red saying around town. I swear, I didn't even know what that was. One time I heard some children singing that. That's why I'm not okay with it. Hear me out. I'm not okay with it because I don't want kids hearing it. Guess what? That's not Sexy Red's fault. That's their mama and their daddy's fault. Check. So there's going to always be people acting like Sexy Red. She talked about, stop. We can't hear you. There's been sexualization in music since the beginning of music. We've had women talking about sex, men talking about sex. Sexy Red is doing what all the rapper girls do. I'm not saying, all these girls. I don't want to sound like the person that's promoting it. And I'm handed back over. I know I went long. I'm not promoting it, but guess what? You're not going to call people who dress like that whores because they're doing what everybody's doing. How about if you men started really just not paying attention to them? You don't have to call them. See, when you call them whores, they do it more. Don't you get it? Like, that's why they have slut walk. How about you just are indifferent towards them and you stop lying? Not you, Zion. Stop the cap. Because all you men talking about, I don't like titties. I don't want to see nothing, sitting right up in the strip club.
That's right.
Okay. Let me see. Oh, she look good. Well, how about you men, since you want to see people with their yiddims wrapped up, how about you act like they're invisible? Guess what'll happen? More women will say, this isn't really the normal. I'm not getting the attention I want to get. Let me put some yiddim wraps and some beekeeper outfits on. Go ahead. I'm going to pass it on to y'all. And then I think I'm going to let the brothers in because
okay, let me throw this in really fast. So going back to
wait 1 second. Turn your cameras on, though, brothers. You gotta turn your cameras. Go ahead.
Okay, you said Sexy Red. She's the newer rapper, right? All right. Now, lately,
and really young
with these female rappers, and because they're the spicier ones on the rap list. And the rap's lyrics are really nice. And according to what they've been saying, competitively and everything. These women are man-made. They have they're everything what men wanted: big breasts, big butts, and everything, and the mouths and everything, the lyrics and everything. And now that they got what they want, right? They don't want it.
I agree.
And so now
I don't want it.
Now
Can you turn on your camera or no?
On her ashes, literally.
So thank you, Keon.
Right. And so now it's out there. Everything's out in the open. And now you saying
it's too much.
That's your fault. Yeah, it was your fault when
it wasn't my fault. I didn't do
it. Now see, this is where modesty, right, got you where you wanted. Because see, modesty was all these things combined up. And we don't know what modesty is. See, because modesty had a little bit of this, it had a little bit of that, and it rolled into all of this. And now y'all saying, well, she don't have on enough. She has on too much.
Just a little bit, just a taste, just a little taste. You don't have to hang the whole cheeks out to get all attention. You don't have to.
Zion, let me tell you.
If she would stay where her mother had her, she would have been all right. But see, you wanted her to do this and do this and do this.
I don't even know the girl.
And now she out here ass out. And now you mad about it. And she
I'm upset. I am toe up.
No,
it's not the money, because she could have made money without having to do that, exploit herself. You don't think so? You don't think that she's intelligent enough to do it without the involved?
Industry.
This was a man's world.
She's not intelligent enough.
I'm from the land.
Let's let Sakina finish, and then we're gonna.
This was a man's world. And she took all that dictation, like you wanted her to.
Pause.
Under dictatorship, right? Being a secretary, you said, secretary, I need you to take a note. And she came in like this.
That's right.
That's right. Oh, more titties? Oh, Countdown, right? What? Is that with the
You might want to go to Bad Boy on that one.
You don't like it. Yeah. So she had to show somebody, because one man's trash is another man's treasure. Okay, so I'm done. Land my plane. Y'all go ahead.
You know what's the key? And you right, because on that list she was taking down, oh, you need a shorter skirt. Okay. Oh, yep. tighter shirt. Okay. She was taking down all them notes. Now she's a woman.
And she became a seamstress too.
Yeah, and then what's crazy about it again is that, this young woman, for her age, everything she's doing is appropriate. So it's almost like you're taking your grown self in a younger person's generation and age group and lane, and then telling them how they should be at that age. No one was telling you when you were that age. Bust out all your pictures and shows what you're looking like.
Genesis, Gemini wants blood from Zion. Busting pinata. Pinata busting. Okay. That's what we want. So
I object speculation.
Let's let the brothers have been waiting all this time. I want to say thank you. I said, Divine Allah, you need to turn on your camera, brother, if you want to come up and ask some questions or make a comment. Let's start with
brothers, I'm getting beat up over here.
Because I let him, and then go hand it over to Jose. What say ye about this modesty? Peace to you, Lady G. I see you. And Ambi too. I see you. What do you have to say about this?
You said me, right? Just make sure.
Yes, Keon.
Okay,
yes.
Just make sure. Okay. I personally, I wouldn't want my woman to be going around everywhere depending on her outfit. Especially me. I'm 26, so I see it all for sure. Like nowadays, like I'm pretty sure y'all done seen the pose where like they bending over and got their hand over their stuff. Like it get wild out here. So it's like you wouldn't want your girl doing that. Now, looking sexy is different from looking like a slut or looking like a whatever you want to put in there. Like that's two different things. Like I don't want you walking around looking like a stripper, of course not. But if you want to wear like a cutoff shirt or something like that, I could care less
Right.
or anything like that. That's way different, in my opinion.
And thank you for adding that. I do want to say this.
Right.
I don't agree. Meaning I wouldn't wear it. And I'm sure when she gets older, remember, like Jim and I keep saying, these are young women, and don't get. I know there's some crazy women out there doing that with the coochies out, and they're in their 40s and 50s, and even in their 30s. Like you already know, you get hip to it. Like I don't have to have all my naked yidums out. I can. Erica Badu got
Remember
it.
that word, y'all. Yidums.
Janet, Sade is already cold with it. Sade said, "I can get him with the voice, like the scripture says." Scripture doesn't say stay away from them yidums. Never says it. In fact, there's everywhere through the Bible it says, "And her breasts were so delicious." Can I lay on her breast? But that's what the Bible tells you to beware of. The Bible says, "Beware of a woman who can sing." Who has a beautiful singing voice, and she can woo you. That's what the Bible, and I'm not saying that's even wrong, but I'm saying the Bible isn't like, well, them titties will get you if you try. It's like, no. I want to tell you something I read in
Beware the yidums.
An excerpt that I saw from the Quran, or actually it was a surah. Don't ask me which one, but she was like, I suckled the man was complaining to Muhammad, and he said, Muhammad got my side piece. Basically, it was his side piece. Not Muhammad. My wife found my side piece, and she went and suckled her. So now I can't with her because she said she's part of our family because she suckled her. Because she doesn't want me to have her side piece.
That's that power right there.
Muhammad said in the surah, go beat your wife for trying to suckle your side piece. And you can't make a side piece family because that's a grown woman. You can only become family in suckling if it's a child. So I just want to let you know, women, it was wild in the ancient times. They were suckling each other. When women tried to save their marriage, she said, oh, I need to talk to you, side piece. What? Come over here and get some titties.
Get your suckling on.
So, don't tell me about this new stuff. All the stuff that's going on now was going on then. I'm going to pass it on over to you, Jose. Thank you so much for waiting. What do you have to say?
Zion, what's up, man?
Shalom.
The breaks off you, man. So I don't know why you even put that.
What are you talking about? What? I get the big breaks broke off.
Man. I always tell myself, I'm a married man. I've been married for 20 years. And I wish somebody would tell these young girls, stop walking around looking like that. Because you're going to make me sin myself. And I don't do that. So
you're going to make you do what? Say it again.
They're going to make me sin my soul. And I don't want to do that.
See?
No. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that personally.
You heard it from a man.
I hear him. But from
I love it. Thank you for that.
My perspective as a big brother, or as a father, as a man, you know what I'm saying, who was married, I don't want other men who are of that lower nature to try to take. What if she's walking and I'm not there to protect?
You gonna let him talk about you like that?
She's there and somebody drops a Mickey in my
name, you know.
I'm not there to protect.
He's like of that lower nature.
There are people who don't have all their capacities. Yeah, there are people in the world who don't have all of their capacities. That's going to
happen if she does. That's going to happen anyway, even if she has clothes on.
It's all cap. For me, I'm gonna need before these men start talking about.
Let me hear Gemini.
And I'm gonna shut up. Y'all gonna have to show me some pictures too, where you are even sitting here, attracting these kind of fine women with all this body and booty and is banging.
Oh, I got receipts. I got receipts, y'all.
Prove it, because you know what? That's another thing. That's fantasy. Men too will want that kind of woman, can't get that type of woman, then sexualize and talk about her like a dog, call her all kinds of names, when they cannot sit here and even get a woman like that. That's another thing that we're going to sit here and ask.
That's true.
All you men who got
that's true.
Make sure that's the type of woman, first of all, that you even attract.
But those are the men that are the most dangerous.
All kind of sluts and hoes.
Those are the men that are the most dangerous. The ones that can't get women like that are the ones that are most dangerous. Those are the ones.
Those are the ones that you guys. We're not talking about.
Those are the ones that will force themselves. They have sexual aggression, right? Extreme sexual aggression. They have anger and hatred toward women, and because they can't get a woman of that nature without, you know what I'm saying, the money or the looks, they don't have those things in their own mind, and they are overly sexually focused. They become sexually aggressive toward women. And this is what I believe somewhat, you know, having a sense of modesty helps to protect you from those lower nature men who have those sexual aggressions, anger towards women, men who overly look at women from a very sexual perspective and want to force their they think, oh, I've seen dudes say it all the time. Oh, that girl did not look in nowhere in your direction. I get upset. Like, don't do that. Don't do that in my face, because I saw that little 14-year-old walk into the store to go get her Twinkies, and you think she was looking at you.
Yeah, let's not. I just want to make sure we keep that out. The conversation is zero about children. And not at all.
Well, we're not talking,
because let me say this. Now that's a whole different conversation. That is not acceptable for me. Children wearing clothes like that, I am absolutely 100% against. Children. Now, when I say clothes like that, I mean like the sexy red outfit that we saw. But little girls wear shorts. Little girls wear yoga pants. Little girls wear short skirts. I'm talking about 8-year-olds. That's not even that's a whole different conversation.
Right.
We are fighting against people that are sexualizing children. But so let's not, I don't want to bring in 14 years old. We're definitely not saying 14 years old. What I'm trying to say is that's a different that's already a whole different. We're talking about grown women right now.
Right.
I'm talking about women. Yeah, we can have a conversation about children, but this is definitely nowhere near children, because not, and I don't care what the weirdos say. I'm saying for me, I know you're touching on something very, very serious, right? Because you have to be responsible as a parent. Little girls can wear skirts, short skirts, but me, absolutely. I'm saying me. First, I'm not angry with the parents. They need parents that like me or Sakina or like you to say, you know what, she looks cute in that skirt. Why don't you put her in some tights with the skirt?
Right.
Because she's going to be playing. There's people around. You want her, she's going to be climbing stuff. So that's different. Put her some shorts. That's fine. So I just want to make, that's a whole different conversation. That's a whole different conversation. So I want to move on to Divine Allah.
But can I respond to what he said though? Before you
Sure. We'll go ahead and then we'll move on to Divine Allah.
You know, Zan, a pervert is a pervert. It doesn't matter what you wear. Rape is not about sex. Right. It's about somebody's perverted state of mind. And I will agree, all women who dress their way are not hoes. But if you sexy red and you're singing horror songs and acting like a hoe, I have a right to call you a hoe because that's the jacket that you're wearing.
Well, she wants to be called that. So that's the reason why you have a right to wear. Right. You don't have a right to call somebody a hoe if they're dressed like sexy red.
She calls herself that. She uses that term for herself, just like dudes use pimp.
Well, she wants to be called that, but women who dress like that, men don't have a right to call them hoes if they're not saying, call me a hoe.
I agree with you, but when we were growing up, they had a whole outfit, and what they wear now was a whole outfit. If you didn't have a panty line, you was a hoe. If you wore, only hoes used to dress like that. I'm from that generation where we had a whole uniform. And I wish we would go back to that so you can know who's the hoe and who's not the hoe. I'm 47 years old. I'm not in the best of shape. I'm probably about 2 seconds away from a high blood pressure attack. I don't need a 21-year-old daughter walking out the street in a pom-pom shorts.
I want to stay on that. I want to stay on that, what he said. See, right there, excuse me, that's the issue. Just because a woman has an outfit on and you can't see her panty line doesn't mean she's a whore. It's not.
I said long ago it meant that. It doesn't mean that anymore, but long ago it did mean
No, it never meant it. It just was what was in men's minds that's what it was.
Women used to wear slips back in the day.
It never meant she's a whore. It was
hide the panty line. That was cultural, though. I see what you're saying.
Forget about slips. If she has on those short shorts,
yeah,
it doesn't mean she's a whore. It means that because men control society.
Right.
Men have put that out there that this is a whore. You know why? Because they don't want that woman to be
They want to exploit. Right. But they also want
that woman to be exploited. They want that woman to feel broken down so low that she'll want him. She'll want the guy that could never really get her.
Easy.
They want her to feel like she's not worth anything. So then he says, now I got a chance. See, he doesn't want that woman to be treated like every other woman, the woman who's not dressed in the sexy clothing.
Right.
They want that woman to feel like she's nothing. So she can feel like, well, I might as well be with you.
Right. Be whatever you want.
Because, nobody wants me. So no, it never meant she's a hoe. It was told by society said she's a hoe. And don't get me wrong, we're going to keep going. There's outfits that I look at and I say she could have made a better choice. I was standing in line. The girl was probably 19, 20, maybe she was she was getting an alcoholic drink at this taco shop. So she had to be over 21. She had on the shorts. Her whole booty was out, and then the little gap in between her legs, and she was swinging. That's why I knew she was a child. She was swinging her purse through her legs, and to this day, it breaks my. And I turned to my daughter, and it was a learning lesson. She was ordering, but she was swinging her purse through her legs to the back. You know how kids do, like with their book bags. And I said to myself, "This is a little girl."
Right.
Not that it's a little girl, it's a woman that's 21, but her mind, she's
like
not,
a child.
I know she's not thinking what men are thinking. I know women, I know children. She's going to find out though. See, she's thinking, I'm going to get the most attention. I look good. And she looked very good, but she doesn't know what they really want is very, it's very scary, but that's not her fault. No, but that's not her fault. See, she's going to be called a hoe in the poom poom shorts. And then she's going to be treated like a hoe. She's going to be unprotected. She could be harmed. But if we could just take men's minds and change them and say, like I thought, this is a girl who's wearing what everybody else is wearing, right, ladies? Trying to get the most attention. And then I said to my daughter, I said, she should have made a better choice on those shorts. And if she's going to wear those shorts, ready? Then she shouldn't be swinging that purse between her legs.
Right.
Because I also say this, you can wear shorts like that and walk in the room and nobody will mess with you.
And still carry yourself with some dignity.
Proof of it.
Absolutely.
I have worn clothing that bikinis, men are scared to even walk up to me. Because,
unapproachable.
And I'm going to hand this over to I'm going to hand this over to the ladies, and then we're going to get to Divine Allah. What say ye about what you heard Jose say, and then about the whole we know they're whores because, and it's not an attack on Jose, the whore uniform because she had on the shorts, and then Jose is in the Caribbean, so damn, everybody must be wearing a whole uniform. I go to the Caribbean, everybody got on the poom poom shorts.
30 years, you know.
Everybody's wearing the biker shorts and the poom poom shorts.
Let me clarify my comment. I said long ago.
Okay, I hear you.
Uniform. So I'm going to clarify that statement, and I'm going to get out of here because you're on fire, and I don't want to.
No, you're good. It's not about these brothers are thinking we're attacking them. We needed you to add that information. We needed you to say that, Jose. We need this because we need to talk about it. So go ahead, ladies. I'm sorry it took so long.
But I'm gonna leave the panel. I'll be listening.
Well, don't leave the panel. Don't leave the panel because I want to ask you this, Jose.
You see? Yeah.
Okay, because my question to you would be, I remember at one point when the bathing suit, not the full bathing suit, but when the two-piece bathing suit came out, and it was a big uproar about the two-piece bathing suit because it reminded or looked like the panty and bra. And so it was the biggest problem was they didn't want nobody wearing a two-piece bathing suit because it looked like the panty and bra, and they thought everybody was out there in their underwear instead of wearing the one-piece bathing suit. And so we have evolved a lot from that because that very reason right there, saying that they were out there in their underwear, but yet men were still wearing trunks or shorts, the real tight ones, not the loose boxer kind.
Speedos.
Speedos. Yo, and is that okay? Is that okay for real?
I don't like
hold on. If it's okay for a woman to rock her wares and a dude want to walk around town in a pair of Speedos, is that okay? Is it okay for him to walk past a school in some Speedos? You know what I'm saying? With his chest.
No. Stop.
No, it's not.
How are you feeling about that part? When
that's crazy.
I'm just saying, and men were gigolos back then, Francis. So were they?
They had the taco meat heads and stuff.
Say anything.
Are we calling it fair?
Let me let her talk.
Yes. Are we calling it fair then, Francis?
Society has always had a double standard.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, brother, for telling the truth.
And women promote the double standard, because if a young man comes and says so by so happen, it's not the same as if a young lady says it, and women promote it too. Women promote that type of double standard. You understand? You can't go and say a woman did something to you in Trinidad and Tobago because they're gonna make fun of you. They don't do that with women, and society and everybody feels that way. I didn't make up the rules, but when I was growing up, they had rules and regulations. Regular women didn't walk around with
regular
outside. They didn't do that. They didn't walk
regular.
Around, I didn't walk around with pum pum shorts. It's a normal thing now.
Okay, let me throw this piece in, since you said regular, because they also threw a commercial in and said something about condoms. I rest. How regular is that?
Okay. Genesis, I'm gonna Gemini. I'm gonna let you go, and then we're gonna bring Divine Allah. Thank you for waiting. Go ahead, Gemini.
Let me jump out of this.
Humanize.
I'm gonna jump out of the frying pan right now, right?
Humanize. These
thank you
younger women and younger people in general that we're talking about, right? So in that case where Nepal was talking about the young lady swinging the purse between her legs, and of course she was really young. What that it doesn't necessarily send a signal that she wants sex.
Right.
What makes it so dangerous is that she sends the signal that she's vulnerable.
Bingo.
Young. You see what I'm saying? And so when we're talking about, going through these phases and things of that nature, first of all, worth comes with time. I don't know, even if you come from a two-parent home with the best of parents, you still can have children that end up on drugs. You still can have children that are out there in the streets. You still can have children that you steal, all the money from the family members, blow it all and do God knows what else. You still can have all of these things, because this is why life is so important, because as God willing that we, young people get an opportunity to become older people, then their value system will change. Their worth, they will grow into their worth. They will start growing into some of these things as they go along. So it's not even the fact that what the men critiquing or criticizing, some of this, it's not even the fact that it's wrong, because what it does sometimes is it teaches a young woman, if you are a man with some sense and you see these things, you know how to, talk to young people and say, hey, you know what? That, I see you. But for a man, my age, or a man like me, it's not. I don't find it attractive.
Absolutely.
I mean, if there's a way to, communicate with people effectively, where they're understanding, that's called trial and error through life. We all had to go through it. Sometimes you didn't know that smoking weed was bad. You didn't know that passing out till you black out was bad. You didn't know that wearing certain clothes invited certain attention. You didn't know that as a young man flexing all your cash and wearing all them chains would get you jacked. You didn't know. These are things that you grow.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, as you get older. So sometimes you just have to have life run its natural course. People will learn, people will find out, but we are not the judge, jury, and the executioner of people, and especially not of youth.
Can I ask you a question though?
I'm going to show you this, Zion. Go ahead. Beautifully put. See, this is the.
Her knees are still together. Her knees are still together.
Are you crazy? She is squatting, and
her knees ain't spread wide open like an eagle. I'm sorry, that's still tasteful.
It's squatting though. It's the pose. It's the fertility pose of anyway. So
okay,
you could be petty if you like, but
I mean, just a little bit, just a little. I'm a little petty.
It's a sexual pose. It's a sexual pose, but that was beautifully put.
I wanted to point out this comment. That comment from Nye.
Can we let this Divine Allah brother talk real quickly, and then we have this brother. Matter Williams, can you turn on your camera first, brother? Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Peace. What did you have to say, Divine Allah, about this topic of modesty?
First, let me say, I appreciate your scholarship.
Oh, thank you.
I think that modesty, we have to use, like what I do with my queen. I do use the cover 3/4.
3/4. What is that?
Similar to the hijab. Yeah.
Head covering.
Yeah.
The hair or the face?
Not the face, no.
The hair.
Let's just say yes.
Okay. What about the body? Does she wear something that? So are you Muslim? So it says Divine Allah, you're Muslim.
No.
Oh, okay. You're what?
I'm God.
Oh, okay. Got you. So as God, I'm saying, but what kind of, why do you want her to cover? Do you feel like it's wrong, or give us your reasoning?
I let her, I keep her covered, just as to, it's just like kind of like a traditional thing for one, but it's also kind of like a, protector from the eyes of, lustful men.
Okay. Like how similar to Zion, what he said.
Yeah, but that's what we do. I think modesty, I think we should look at one another as brothers and sisters. So if a woman's wearing yoga pants, I can appreciate her form without, it being lustful. I want to do something with her thing,
Yeah, thank you. That's true. That's good. The brothers that are in our circle, this is not just the only, it's the broad general audience, so to speak, that, and I'm gonna be real though, and let me take that back. No, because they be tripping over here talking about God wants you to little titties. There's craziness about the breast. I can't even look.
They are beautiful.
Wear what you want to wear. Thank you for that, Divine Allah. I appreciate that. Wear what you want to wear, but the things when it gets so petty, you look at, she's shaking her head. She knows, like brothers will be like, I think I saw some of your breasts. You're a whore. You must want all the brothers to, because it's something that they're wanting, And I'm not saying you brothers on the panel, but y'all know who I'm talking about. I know Keon does, because that's his home away from home. So, Metter Williams, thank you so much. Thank you for that, Divine Allah, for sharing that. So let me ask you before I move on. If you see a woman who's dressed in yoga pants, I'm not talking about all the yidams all out, yoga pants running to Walmart, and she's got on a tank top, and she's got her shape, and she's looking yummy, whatever. And you're like, oh wow. Do you think of her as like Jose said, well, we know that's a hoe, or what do you think when you see her?
You know, there's people who are super health conscious. You know,
Oh, okay.
you know, so
So she might be working out. I like this brother. He
yeah,
knows what he's
yeah,
talking about.
Better than me.
You don't
yeah.
think right away, oh,
Yeah, I said,
he must want to go to bed with
Man, Cal.
right?
Me.
Let's move to Meta. Man, thank you, Divine Allah. You're very. I like
So,
that. I like that
so
he said she
one
might be
thing,
health conscious or
one
body
thing, one
body
thing I would
conscious.
say too is though I don't like to tell the queens they can do whatever they want. I just I I humbly say not the blonde wigs because
ha!
European style is not your
Damn,
natural
yeah, brother. Y'all know better, brother.
hair is beautiful. Your
You know
natural
you're
hair
doing great.
your,
Lighter.
your natural hair is beautiful already.
But why
It,
don't we do this? This brother, I love what he said. I love what Zion has to say about protection. How about you do that? And then we people choose what they like, right? Like the brother Divine Allah wants his wife to wrap up. Another man might say, baby, I want you to wear them coochie cutter with your yitums out today. Ice Cube. Well, there's a lot of brothers out there like Ice Cube with his wife. Now, Meta Williams, what say ye? Because we have to get to you. You've been here for a minute. Thank you for
Yeah,
waiting.
it's a lot of points to hit because it's our ancestors used to be naked
Come on, brother. Talk on that. Talk.
until our colonizers came
Come on.
and demoralized. And okay, it's inhuman to express yourself because we look at our women like art, like nature, but
I knew he was going to
me
be good. From the name, I got to
no,
see this
see,
while you're
because
talking.
hey, look, sex
Come on.
sell, sex sell. Like my uncle say, poo poo gonna sell when corn and wheat stop.
That's right.
You know what I mean? But then it all depends on how you, like with the kids. It all depends on how you educate the kids on dressing, the dress code, and revealing certain things. And yeah, to a certain age, yes and no. And then what I want my wife to run around half naked, man, is she not gonna be too revealing, but she gonna look nice. You gonna look at her and be like, oh girl, she tight. But the situation at hand with Sexy Red and all of that, you got to understand it's a system behind
Talk.
that. You know what
Right.
I mean? Like back in the day when Queen Latifah, for
Come on.
example, you know,
You need to.
Come on.
MC
Come
Light,
on, Rich.
Don't play with him. Let him cook. Because
like
Queen
MC
Latifah
Light,
was looking for.
they
She
was
was
they was
looking
they
for
was
some.
talking about women first and
Yeah,
uplifting the
that was
black
beautiful.
woman.
Right.
But then here you come with, and it started with Biggie. Because Biggie put that on Lil' Kim to come out sexual like a gangster,
True.
and all you talking about is this. So that's the demoralizing of the culture.
Right.
And
That's what I was talking about. Yep.
you
That's
know
what
what
I
I'm saying?
got
And
into.
then, now, and then you got T-Pain making the club, the strippers cool. They embedded it in the culture to manipulate our people.
And yep.
So because back in the day, like before, like MC Light now, they had clothes. They didn't reveal much, but you look at her and be like, man, she's sexy. She's sexy. But then now here you got who Little Kim. You got
Sexy Red, Nicki
Foxy
Minaj,
Brown,
all of them. Yep.
all of that. You know what I'm saying?
You must be like Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah, but no, they took Megan.
Little
They
Kim
took it. They took it.
It's so 90s.
Hey,
Lord have mercy.
like you said, I agree with you. We did ask for that, and now it's getting out of control now that we old.
I want to show something real quick, Metter Williams. Thank you for that. So what you see on the screen is these are old, like I mean, pre. What I want to get the actual year. Don't quote me, but y'all know what I'm saying. These are from like 15th or 16th century. No, it has to be 15th. No, I'll get it. But this is I got to show you this outfit. I have the caption of what year this is from, so please forgive me. But these are African women who this is their best dress. There's pure titty meat out. All yiddims are
the
showing.
Yams, the candy yams.
Yiddims are not hidden. She ain't hidden them yiddims. Okay.
them the yam titties.
They going to the nice. This is a family. This is a function where everybody's showing out, literally. And she's got the yiddims oiled up, looking fly as ever, and nobody is thinking at that time, oh, look at these, you know what? They are, and this isn't the only picture. There's pictures of women in these countries of Africa and other countries where the women were breastfeeding.
Right.
Oh,
they didn't look provocative.
That you might say that, but a yiddim is a yiddim.
Okay? In their culture, women who were of childbearing years and who were ready to be married, there were certain ways that they dressed in order to attract a male, right?
And
they got married. There was a difference in certain things. Now, they might have still had their yiddims out because I don't think that they really had an issue with yiddims like we do here in Western culture.
They don't.
Right?
Exactly.
They don't. Yiddims are just yiddims.
But you gotta,
thank you.
You gotta also.
But here, yiddims is a whole different thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yiddims
here in this culture,
a tiny bit of titty meat will make a man go crazy.
Man lose his mind out here.
No, you gotta also understand.
You think you need to look at him. He think you flirting with him.
With our culture,
looking at girl, you're like, I'm cool with you, nigga.
I'm gonna let Metter go. Yes, go ahead.
When our
Metter.
ancestors
I want people to talk on that.
When our ancestors dressed like that, you gotta remember there was no jails, and I can remember Dr. Henry Clark's statement: there was no jails, there was no teenage pregnancies. All the men respected the women, and the goddesses. Because let us remind, the first God I know was my mother. And they wasn't seeked and preyed on like that. The culture was sacred. I didn't look, you see titties every day. Okay. So what you gonna lust over, you see titties every day. You just gotta wait your turn until you get married.
I need to get, you're right. I need to get you to come back because we're going to do another one of these. We got so much more on here. The Cali, I got to show the little Kim picture though. But I want to show you the little Kim picture of his, we got to end it. Wait, something's going on.
Little Kim is so 90s. You got to show the Megan Thee Stallion, the 2000s. Bring it up to speed. This is how we know that this conversation and bits and pieces of this is just not where it's supposed to be, because in everybody's mind, we're still in the 90s, for Pete's sake.
This is his presentation, Queen, and he in his defense, it was a whole build from like the 90s, from like Sarah Barton.
Man, and look at that moose knuckle.
Goddamn.
I don't even know. See, the things the men make up about the vulva is like a powerful, that thing they walk around, the cobblestone. We already know it's a symbol of the vulva. We know it is. Sorry, brother-in-law. Don't get offended, brothers.
But y'all also got to remember. That thing is powerful.
Yeah.
It bring life. It'll destroy somebody. It'll get you killed. It'll have you suffering and pain, break you down to the lowest common denominator.
So
Go ahead,
Straight
Keon.
up.
I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing this. There's too much of this right here.
You know, I mean, my point, you know, and I understand what you were saying, but my point when I even say that, you know, we're some of the, you know, panel or some of the people are stuck in a certain time era, is I'm saying that to say too that look at how we carry all that baggage forward. We just carry it. We still don't even put it in this proper context. We just have these old ideologies. We got these antiquated mindsets. The you know, throw in, you know, the old school notion that women are second class, and then you want to have a conversation in 2025 about something in 1999, 90,
8,
90, 18, 17, 60. That's not, come on. We don't need you to update your files with some of this stuff here. Update your files. You know, it's almost like when it comes to, and this is what I will say about the youth, we ignore them. We don't hear anything they're saying. We just breeze right on over because parts and bits of the pieces of the problem,
Let me say this.
what it is. But
What
we
is
don't hear it because we're so stuck in this antiquated notion how women should be. And I don't blame, actually, the 90s technically comes from, you know, lots of
You're
sacred
smart. You're smart. What is the mileage of a light year?
class citizens. So it starts
You
there.
know,
Yeah.
you know the mileage of a
The
light.
sister, Nee Ambi, she had said something up there before that I liked, and that was a very important part. She said something about sacred, right? Where was it? Until society can see the body and sex as sacred, you have to have common sense. And that's I think what a lot of the sisters here on the panel were also talking about too. Sister Gemini was talking about that maturity. You know, as you mature, you know, you begin to look at yourself different and you start to project yourself different because you have a different perception of yourself as a male or female. You know what I mean? I think that's necessary. However, us as elders, we still have a obligation to our young folk. They can make their decisions as they please. However, you know, with wisdom, we learned why we decided not to. You know, I like I said the other night, you'll never catch me in some great sweatpants. What am I doing at 50 years old trying to advertise that? That's not what I'm trying to advertise. I have substance. I have intelligence. I have many skills that, you know, I'm not looking for the sexual attention. To me, that's feminine. That's a feminine energy. You know,
looking for the sexual is feminine.
Advertising it. Like if I have to walk outside, you might as well put a bra on your sack, bro, and let it hang out. Let it all hang out. That's ridiculous to me. Pun intended. Ridiculous. It's too much.
We do have Keon. He's 20 in his 20s. Maybe you could weigh in a little bit on what you, because what Gemini said and what Zion just said about age, and what do you think like about when you see women dressed, because it's just the normal people your age dress like that all the time. Do you think there's another hoe, or what do you think?
Nah, I don't think there's another hoe. That's ridiculous. Like I you know, if you thinking about who's a hoe and who's not, I mean, you know, I just more of appreciate the woman that's in front of me, because you know I get what you talking about, boy. Fine, boy. It's I don't know. It can get out of hand sometimes when it comes to some dudes, but on most ends, I feel like most of us just, you know, we just appreciate it, keep it moving.
You got to start look at a person for the mind before the body.
Hey, that sounds good, but you see them before you talk to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But
and more likely, if you're not attracted to them, you're not even going to talk to them to get to know their mind. So, I mean, if we be real, in reality, it starts with the attractiveness before we get into the mind and all that. That's how I look.
Do you want to hear a little bit more of the of the video, and then we could close out just one more piece. Maybe we could add the brothers in. Not we
Okay,
maybe.
let me throw this out real
Yeah,
quick
go ahead.
one more time, Nepal, because
Okay.
this, I feel like I need to say this again. We as women and as mothers raise our daughters to be women. Okay? And so I appreciate all the men, especially fathers, that join in on that, raising their daughters. Right? Okay? And I want to say this because my mother said this to me. Right? Not my father. But when a man has to tell you as a woman anything as far as being a woman, that's a shame.
No, the man is
No, excuse me, sir. But if a man has to tell you how to clean yourself, how to cook, how to clean the house, that's a problem, sir. Sir, I'm older than you at this point. That's a problem because a woman raised me. A woman raised me to be a woman, sir. My father teaches me things as well, but my father didn't raise me to be a woman.
Yeah, so
your father didn't raise you to be a woman either. Your father raised you to be a man.
Right.
And in your Bible or your doctrine, it told you, sir, to raise your sons.
I don't have no Bible or doctrine.
Okay, then whatever that is. So you don't have an expertise on being a woman.
No.
You want to respond to that, and then we bring Brother Law in. Thank you.
Smart.
Wait a
Women
minute,
are so
let me
smart.
land my plane.
Let her
I don't speak on nobody, but when I speak, I get interrupted. And I
okay, don't interrupt the sister. Let's mute out.
Let me just
I'm not
finish.
as smart as you, Nepal.
I just want to say that when it comes to our women and our daughters, right, as women in villages and whatnot, we have to raise our daughters and our young ladies.
Yes.
Right. And so this is why when men intercept, like you said, I didn't say it, y'all said it, and even media said it. Biggie turned Little Kim into her persona. Right? Because Little Kim had a whole job and was working in a career that she had clothes. And she might have had a little skirt on with her shirt on, but he turned that into what it was.
Yikes.
And her mother didn't raise her that way. And she had a whole rap career and she wasn't singing like that and anything, rapping like that either. So when she turned into what she turned into, again, she was man-made. And it made her into her whole career. So unfortunately, it is what it is.
Okay, thank you.
It keeps going to that way. And so we got to own up, and Gemini say, call a spade, and stop trying to lighten the foot and passing the buck. And then I'll land my plane.
And she got passed it up for faith.
It don't matter.
Oh! Let's bring it on to Brother Law. He has joined the panel. Sonetta will be so happy to see you up here, Brother Law. Let me tell you.
Brother Law,
how you doing? Assalamu alaikum, Brother Law.
Let me say this. Sonetta is a clown. Sonetta is a clown.
What the hell? Oh, no. What? No, brother. Where am I?
You done messed up.
That's my husband, bro.
No, you're effed up now.
And this is his channel. Like, don't do that. Why did you have to go there like that, brother? Not gonna lie, you were doing great, bro. Why'd you have to disrespect?
Because he disrespectful.
You never know what's gonna happen. Sonetta is hardly a clown. But anyway, I gotta stop. I'm not gonna even talk about that anymore. Brother Law, why he act like that when you came in? He was doing great.
For me, he already started off wrong with his name being a divine Allah. That's why we put Astaghfirullah in the chat.
You might have had some energy you brought in here, and that might have been, whoo, Lord. Well, anyway, how are you? What do you want to say about this? I know you're in a culture and you follow definitely a belief system of women covering. Talk to us about your take and your position.
My take of position is based on this. As a Muslim, it's an entirely different ball game. There
Mhm.
are Muslims that don't have their wives covering fully. Is it a choice for the woman? For some say yes, some say no. Me personally, my stance on it is this. If you like it, you love it, go right ahead. That's your choice, and this is what you choose to do, by all means, go ahead. Would I accept a woman like that in my life? No.
That's
No.
right. It's not his cup of tea.
Nah, for real. I'm too insecure. I admit it.
Go ahead,
Brother,
brother.
I mean, if you're looking at it from the standpoint of insecurity, brother, you chose her.
Yeah.
Or better yet, she chose you.
Facts.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, if she can show as much cheeks and much chests and whatever she want to
Yiddums,
do.
brother-in-law, yiddums, my friend.
Yiddums bombs.
What's yiddums? What
He
is
made
yiddums?
something he said. I didn't interrupt you. Keep going.
That's that New York slang, yo. Yiddum bombs.
It's
You
not
don't
New
know
York.
about
Go ahead,
that?
That ain't no New York.
I just be going with
That's Long Island, New York.
Long Island is not New York, brother. Let's get it right.
It is New York. That's the whole that's everything right there. Queens and Brooklyn is on Long Island.
Calm down. Let's let him finish. I interrupted you. She wants to show her body. Is it evil? Is it evil, brother-in-law, though? Is it something against Allah?
Uh-oh.
For a woman to show her body.
Like to not, to look sexy. Yeah. Is it against Allah? I'm asking as a Muslim, is it against Allah for her to do that?
Asking as a Muslim?
No, I'm asking you as a Muslim.
Excuse
me, sir. I'm asking a Muslim brother who practices. Is it evil?
For a woman to show her body.
According to Islam, yeah. I'm asking. I don't know. I'm assuming that it is, but you can tell me if it isn't.
I'm trying to understand.
She's asking the question.
Is it evil?
Peace to the sister. I see. No. So what I'm asking, peace to your queen. I'm saying I assume because men tell women to cover that it's against Allah, like it's haram or whatever you call it, against Islam to not cover. I'm asking you to confirm.
There's nothing in the Sunnah that states for a woman to cover themselves, covering their face and all completely. It does state to cover to put the hijab on.
Okay.
Not cover them faces fully. There's nothing in the Quran stating.
Okay, what about the entire burqa? Like not the burqa, the niqab.
Niqab.
What about the niqab? Can she basically, because with the Hebrew Israelites, they say God will kill women for showing cleavage and wearing pants. That is 100%. I am not lying. Ask IUIC. They say the Most High will destroy you if you show cleavage and if you pray without a head wrap and if you wear pants. That's why I'm asking you.
Well, with that being the case, as we had this conversation, Mr. Nepal, like what the Hebrew Israelites state and what they say, as you being,
I have to ask the brother. I have to ask Islam.
I'm just being truthful. Like I really don't care what they think or what they feel, what they say.
Right. So not in Islam, they don't do that at all. It's not something that that Allah will. How do you say? Punish you.
What you're basically asking is in Islam, is it to the extremists where they knock your head off, as you say, bust your pinata because you don't have something?
Well, busting your pinata is for like debate. But
just
I know.
Answer the question.
Let me say this. I want to ask you. I want to ask you and your
try
queen.
not to answer it.
I hear your queen in the background. If she wants to add in, she doesn't have to get on camera. I want to say this. I know that in the Middle East, they cut the ladies' lips when they wear lipstick, and they do all kinds of crazy stuff to the women. And some of these, like in Iran, they do that. So,
as I said to you before, an extremists. But extremists are more so living in countries that are based under Sharia law. Some people that live under Sharia law don't go to those extents where other countries do.
Okay.
It all depends on the individuals.
Like
And at the end of the
Afghanistan.
day, on the basis of Islam, we say whatever deed you do, whether it be good, bad, woman or man, we're all accountable on the day of Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur in Arabic means the day of judgment.
Okay. Wow. All right. So one more question. And like I said, I know your queen probably she probably doesn't want to get involved, but what if she said, you know what? I don't. Oh, she's good. Exercising. Beautiful. Perfect. Thank you. What if she wanted to go to the gym wearing a gym body conscious like thing? Now I'm not asking if she does or not. This is hypothetically. You don't have to say, well, she does or doesn't. It's not, we don't need to know her business. But if your wife came to you and said, honey, today, look, how do you like these new yoga pants I got in? I got this little top. Would you say, stop right there? Or would you go, okay, baby, hi, going out and have a good time. Enjoy your workout. How would you handle that?
Wouldn't handle it anyway. She knows for a fact she won't go outside like that.
Okay, I hear you. You gotta sync. You're in sync. I got you. That makes sense. You're in sync.
Yeah. She's not into all that revealing herself and all that. Sometimes, and this is what I was trying to get people. I was watching the chat and I'm looking. I'm like, okay, all these brothers are speaking about sisters doing this and sisters doing that. Like, if you choose the right mate for yourself in your life, things that are reciprocal, like your desires that your heart desires, the woman that you with is going to read that, and she's going to conduct herself accordingly.
I agree.
And vice versa.
I agree with you.
Like, everything don't have to necessarily be verbal.
I agree with you.
Yeah, like, if you got a quart of water, you got a quart of water. Like,
yeah.
It is what it is. The game is supposed to be sold, never told, right?
It is.
Okay. Wow. I'm glad we got the input from Brother Law. We got an actual brother who practices Islam and is married, and he gave us his input. He gave some great input about.
I don't understand why y'all all keep saying married. I'm not married.
Excuse me. When I say married, I don't know your business like that, sir. Congratulations on your future marriage.
Then I'm confused because how are you acting like that and you saying that's your girlfriend?
Oh shit!
Uh-oh. We're not gonna do this.
Don't do this, Brother Law. I want Brother Law to hit panels. I need Brother Law to hit more panels.
Brother Law did not hit
It's like 1,000 rules, and I'm only your girlfriend, and then you have the audacity to come and say that like that? No.
Oh man.
No. I'm gonna need you to get married I'm gonna need you to get married then real soon so you can, stop all that. That's ridiculous.
I don't know. Look.
Like Jesus.
You know what Brother Law is saying in his head? He said, I knew I shouldn't have hit this damn panel. No, we need Brother Law to hit more panels.
Marry that woman.
Well, actually, like I said, your business is I love Gemini. She's hilarious. But your business is your business. I'm sorry I said wife, your queen, the woman of your world. That's what I meant. Okay. Because to me, that's the same. But it is a commitment thing and it's sacred. So I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm telling you, it's tough to get Brother Law
out there too. Did Brother Law say, yep, y'all can finally time that night? We all flying out there. We gonna be there.
That'll be nice. But anyway, I get it because Gemini knows you're a queen, and she's speaking on another part of. She's doing another woman. See, women, our minds are so. Our minds are so. I caught on, and I didn't catch it. And now I caught it because the queen. I got it. Okay, thank you so much. Whew. Brother Law, thank you for your input. Listen,
man, y'all is crazy.
We're gonna close out because really I really don't want to have the last conversation about this because at the end of the day, I don't want anybody leaving here thinking Muhammad thinks we should have all our yidams out and so Gemini. I don't. It's the point that I don't. We have to stop. We have to stop where I loved when the brother Jose came in and said, they just know they're hoes. Why do you know they're hoes? They wearing the pum pum shorts and the yudum. I'm like, we have to change some things. As we change, though, all the input from everybody, because we have to, like, we have it as ladies. I would like she wasn't a little girl. She was a little girl to me, 21, but I know she's not, you know what I mean? A 304. So if she had women in her life who say, you can wear something sexy, you can look good, you can wear these short shorts, but not with so much. And then you can't be swinging something through your legs and you're ordering a drink and you're in a restaurant. You got to make some changes. You don't have to wear a beekeeper outfit.
True.
You're young and beautiful. You want to show your shape, because the brother in the chat, I love how he said they wear it for attention. Yeah, they do. There's nothing wrong with that. But you don't want to get the wrong attention. So there's so much we have to do as women. You brothers take a seat, go have a drink at the bar, whatever. So we got this right here. As women, we need to tell other women, not just young women, all women, you can be sexy. You have to know if you're going to wear that, then you have to carry yourself this way. You have to do it this way. And how about not wearing, when I was saying monkeypox, I'm talking about you got to, when you sit somewhere, you got to think of your body, your own temple. I'm sitting, when I come home from being out sitting with my jeans, when I work out at the gym, I don't sit anywhere in my home. I take it off. First off, I wipe this machine down, but I take it off. I put it in the washer. I'm not going to be sitting my bare cheeks and partial yidums on any. I like that word.
That part.
I'm not going to be, because you can get yourself messed up. So we got a lot to teach the girls. Like I'm gonna wrap it up, hand it to the sisters, and I'm gonna let the brothers close. Actually, I'm gonna let the brothers close out, and then I'm gonna get to the sisters. Sakina said, "We are women. We need to teach other women." Nee Ambi, Lady G, Sakina, Gemini, Sister Nicole. All of us, we need to teach other women. Now, I want to be a disclaimer here. I'm a grown ass woman. I am in my 50s now. You will not be able to tell me like my sister. Please don't tell me what to put on, please, because my mommy already taught me.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying right there. Stay right there. Your mother already taught you.
But some girls don't have that.
Okay, and that's where we pick up at.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
Oh, wait, hold on. I got to do this. Brother Law, I'm going to let you close out, and I'm going to let you see what Niambi said. It's not I don't know why they're doing this. Brother Law, let me let you close out, then we'll go to the other brothers. What's your final word? Thank you for your input. Niambi said, marry that woman. Don't do that. Don't do that, brother. You'll get me mad at you acting like you can't hear us. Anyway, final words, and then pass it on to Meta Williams, and then Keon and Zion, and then we'll go to the ladies. Final words. Thank you for your input.
Like I said, if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. If you choose it, and that's what you want in your life, by all means, go ahead. But for all brothers that want something more precious and something to be more divine and for themselves, they know what to choose. On that note, blessings to you all. Have a blessed night.
Okay, Brother Law, thank you. We have to do a part 2. I should have let him go last, because you did all the work we did. Brother Law came in and just said, and Jenga. He just knocked it down. We said we're not going to say because women dress a certain way, they're better than other women that dress not that way. Brother Law. But your queen dresses the way you want, and that is the queen that you chose. Now, we'll go to Keon, and then we'll move to Meta Williams. Go ahead, Keon. Lady G said, he always shady. He got us, right? He got us. He did. He came in and jangled the whole build, right? You'll be all right. It's okay. I'm glad Brother Law hit the panel. I like when because Sonetta be saying, come on up, Brother Law. And Brother Law, he did drop some gems, though. It's who you choose. Go ahead. I know I started talking again, Keon. Thank you. Go ahead. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, no problem. No problem.
Yeah, brother law, don't let them pressure you, man. Marriage overrated, man. Don't let them pressure you to that.
You don't
ready,
make me mute you out.
you
You
ready
can
when your
you
time,
can ready
brother
to be
law.
put in the back
Brother
chat.
law, it's your
Oh my
time. You
gosh,
know,
Meta Williams.
you're also important piece of part of the marriage.
Golly.
Darn it, it's when you ready, brother law. Don't let nah.
Brother-in-law has gray hair. You are a 26-year-old man. Leave him alone. He found his
Thank
queen.
you.
You are still on your journey, sir.
Okay,
Right.
okay. So
You
look,
need to talk to other 26-year-olds like that.
now
Oh,
look at Cristiano Ronaldo. This man's a billionaire. He ain't married his girl. He been with her for 10
Don't do
years.
this. You're doing the wrong thing.
Right.
Stop.
You
Talk.
right.
Okay, talk to us about the topic of modesty. Does it how a woman dresses, does it determine her worth? And then close out with that, and then we'll move on to the next.
Yeah. Yeah, so the modesty of nah, just to answer your question, it doesn't, give to her worth. I'm pretty sure there's millionaire women that dress like whatever the hell they want to dress like. So it doesn't determine your worth at all. It's just that, just like you guys were saying earlier about the cautiousness because of even though Divine said some crazy stuff, he was saying that he was protecting it from lustful men, and like that's just sometimes in the back of every father's head, grandfather, uncle, whatever the case may be. And it's not just from like strangers, it's even from like family. Like sometimes it a lot of times it be the family you gotta look out for, like when it comes to your kids and stuff like that. So that's just kind of how that in my mind, that's kind of how I look at that. We just is very cautious, but that's just how we are. We're protective in general. Like so we just think of those types of things, and that's just kind of how it goes. So that's why a lot of guys come up here and say some crazy stuff like, women need to stay in the house and stuff like that. It sounds nuts, but I mean, I can't say it comes from a protective mindset, but it to me sometimes it does to extreme measure. But that's I hope that's where it's coming from. But yeah, you can wear whatever you want, in my opinion. Like Brother Lot said, usually I'm not gonna be with a girl that's gonna be dressed like a stripper all the time anyway, so I ain't got to worry about that. But if that's what you
Well, let
want,
me ask you, Keon, since I just thought of something. I saw this meme of this little girl, but it was like somebody was talking and she was quiet and said it showed like the ellipses, a little dot, dot, dot. And then she said she chose to go there. Get what I'm saying? I was doing that just now. I'm going to choose to go there with you, Keon.
go ahead.
Well, it's protective from you. But what about men who stalk women and call them whores and say they have sex with animals and they say they love God and they keep on talking about women and changing their pictures and saying, "Oh, let's go look at her. She's on Cornhub." What do you say about no, really? What about that? Those type of men who bother normal women like me, like Sakina, they just decide to just talk under women's clothes all the time and lie on women sexually. What about those type of men? Are they trying to protect us?
Oh yeah, you talking about nappy headed?
No, you don't need to say the booty's name because this is my stream. I don't want to give any clout or any direction to the toilet. But I'm asking, what about men who talk about women, stalk them, see some cleavage on a woman, and say she wants to be a train ran on her. She has bestiality with animals. Just keep on harassing women. Do you think that those men want us to be safe, or do you think that those men are the problem? That they see women who are not even sexy, attractive, that don't want to deal with them. Would you say that they, not what you said, I believe you, but would you say they're trying to keep women safe, or would you say they just don't like women?
Oh yeah, absolutely not. Yeah, nappy headed Negroes who got airplane goggles for glasses is definitely they're not. I wouldn't say those type of people are definitely out here trying to protect women. They're just out here trying to push a narrative that they care about, which to me is just not in reality. So I wouldn't consider them, like, you can weed it out. Like, come on now, like, we know who is telling the truth and who's not telling the truth. Like, people like that,
You just go in there just to get entertainment at the most, because you know he probably have a drunken night where he's just going to trauma dump on you about his gay problem. So you know it happens, and you know you just kind of just let it go. That's how I feel about it.
And thank you, Keon. I know how you feel about it. I want to ask you as a young man, and I want y'all to let's put Keon on the big screen, y'all. Let's see your face. You're hiding. He's not a bad looking young man, right? He's decent looking brother. Not bad looking at all. Decent. He's easy on the eyes. Would you say that most men who look at women naked, like not even naked, not even yiddims, just a woman like, let me see the sister. Gemini, can I put you on the big screen?
Laura.
Okay. Okay, yeah, there you go. I was gonna ask you. Okay, there you go. Wait, no, don't put the camera. You don't have to even touch yourself. Just sit there like this. No, this is perfect. I'm glad you did that. Don't move. When they see women like her, who are beautiful and have some yiddims, lots of meaty yiddims, and they say she must be the men, not just that person, the men in that particular group of mindset, they gravitate to the places they know it's easy to find someone who's going to talk about these women. It shouldn't it not be easy for other men, for these men to find men on the internet? I saw her. Did you see even what she just did? I promise you, it's going to be a whole hour. And did you see that whore? She actually touched her yiddims. How dare she touch her? How dare she touch her own? Y'all think I'm joking. Like her, they look good. She just caused one of those incels to go out of his mind. She actually touched it and it kind of jiggled. She must be a whore. Nepal is definitely a whore. Look at Nepal, and then they say Nepal's making these sisters whore themselves out. I'm telling you, we must work on this. I know I see the head smusher trying to come in and see what he said.
That's transference. That's transference. Their own guilt, their own, and then they try to transfer it onto you and blame you for it.
There it is.
I think it's a sexual conflict.
Projection.
Projection. I like that word. Projection.
Yeah, projection. Yeah, exactly. They're projecting. Yep, projecting their own.
Thank you. I'm gonna let Keon finish up, but thank you so much, Genesis. I said Gemini, because Genesis did okay. And also go check the video out on Genesis channel, Alchemizing Energy. I'm shouting her out, even though I saw her one day block somebody in the chat who said Nepal's intelligent. That's my boo-boo, though. I love you, girl. Don't worry about it. They're all my babies. No, but Keon, this is what the stream is about. Even though it seems like we're going off, we need to have brothers change their mindset to where they don't think it. Oh, I like our brother Jose. Oh, we all knew that those are the hoes. It shouldn't be easy for someone to get on the internet and say that they're, and I'm going off the I'm not talking about this guy anymore. There's another guy on the internet who says he's a high-level debater and scholarship and intelligentsia. He has a 4-hour stream calling me a bop. 4 hours talking about I'm a bop and a hoe. And everybody still respects him as this guy who's, I need to go find out what he has to say. We have to change our mindsets. I didn't say cancel anybody, but people need to know I can't sit on the internet or I can't go in public and just because a woman looks a certain way, like a Gemini with the beautiful face and breasts, I can't just say, well, she's a hoe. You get what I'm saying? Now this is where you're responsible. This is what you brothers are responsible for. You're not responsible for telling us how to dress or what to wear or how to take care of ourselves. You're responsible for telling other brothers, look, I know I saw some yiddims. I saw some yiddims, y'all. And I'm pointing at Zion because it's his you get your yiddim campaign and say, do not call these women hoes. Yes, I know, brothers, it's a yiddim overload. But it can't just be that easy for you to sit up and attack women or call them hoes just because, like our brother Jose said, Well, everybody knew poom poom shorts. You know how many people wearing poom poom shorts in the Caribbean? I don't know what they're doing in Trinidad. I was in Trinidad one time and we were filming a video and they damn sure had some poom poom shorts there. We fit right in. But anyway, I went on and on and on. You get what I'm saying though, brothers? Do you get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. I get you.
I'm not castigating or chastising. This is a cry out for you to really take the time to say, look, brothers,
Stand up.
Stand up. I would tell the sisters right here when you talk about the Speedos, if there were men walking around in Speedos all the time, those are hilarious. First off, there's nothing sexy to me at all about a Speedo. We know there's something wrong in the head when we see men, no pun intended, but when we see them wearing Speedos, we say to each other, I would tell the sisters, we have to be patient with them. Just because they got on Speedos, we shouldn't think they're crazy. Because that's what we think, right, ladies? When we see a man walking around Speedos, we say, he's not something ain't all there. So I will be the one to say, sisters, come on. Maybe he's not a goofball. Maybe he's not a weirdo.
Maybe he can't breathe.
Anyway, I went on and on and on. Thank you for letting me go and go and go and go and go and go. I'm going to go to, did I already have you? Did you talk Medder Williams? I don't know. I just ran my mouth. Go ahead, brother.
Well,
thank you, Keon.
First off,
I got my
I was raised with a father.
My witchcraft.
To teach me how to be a father. I was raised with my mother to show me what a real woman is. And with that, you know, I understand the powers that be of how everything transpired for the women to dress the way they do. And, you know, that's on them, to be honest. You can wear what you want to wear. Me personally, would I take a woman that's dressed like a stripper to Thanksgiving dinner? No.
No. Right.
You know, but then at the same time, it is what we wanted. We wanted to, you know, let's show something, get the BBL. Now, BBL don't look good no more. And me just thinking like, would I want to put that on my son of how he's supposed to look at a woman, you know, half naked with with yams hanging out, whatever, or booty shorts. It all depends. Like with the shorts on the beach and stuff like that, you know, that's cool. But all in all, my wife is not going. I don't even have to tell her. Oh, don't wear that. Well, you think I should wear this? She don't say none of that. You know, she don't dress like with the B outfit on, but she dressed, you know, she dressed nice. You know, a person can look at her and say, yeah, she's nice looking, and you know, she's stacked up. But that's it, and that's all.
That's beautiful. And you know what? I love your input. You got to come back. Especially, I love brothers that are up here who are in longer. I like the mix. Keon, we need Keon always because he's always representing the younger 26-year-old, and he doesn't look like a like Nosferatu. So we know ladies might talk to him. We know he's not a creepy creep. So, well, looking, I don't know him personally, so I'm not trying to say anything, but thank you, Keon, for your input. Medder Williams, beautiful input. And I see Jose came back. I was going to end up after Zion letting the sisters close out. But Jose came back. He said, let me get up out the bed. And they keep saying my name too much. Jose, what did you want to say?
I just want to clarify my statement, right? Because I said long ago that was a whole uniform. I'm not saying women who dress like that are hoes.
I hear you.
People to get the wrong impression and say I call them women hoes. I didn't say that. I said long ago that was a whole uniform, and women who dressed that way was what had that jacket on them. That, you know, it wasn't a normal thing. So I want to clarify my statement.
How long ago? How long ago?
I don't want people to get the wrong idea.
But how long ago? You can't be that old.
I'm 47. I grew up in the 80s.
When would you say that was poom poom shorts were
I mean, you know, regular women didn't walk around like that.
Was it the 90s?
Usually, women that walk around that way were prostitutes at that time.
Wow.
Everybody's dressing. Everybody's dressing that way now. But I
agree.
In Trinidad, are you talking about just regular shorts? Wait, let's find out what poom poom shorts are, because I need to see. Because I'm thinking you're thinking just some short. We used to call them Daisy Dukes.
Yeah. Now they call them coochie cutters.
That's what I'm kind of.
They call them coochie cutters, poom poom shorts. Daisy Dukes were seen as prostitution shorts.
Listen, I'm not from Trinidad. I live in Trinidad now.
Oh, okay. Where were you from? Islam? I mean, Iran or something?
No, I'm from Brooklyn.
Oh, okay. Got you. America. Because that makes sense.
I'm just saying, long ago, pretty much women that dressed like that was pretty much loose women. Not everybody.
I love that you told me you're from New York, because you know what I'm thinking? I never had an islander man talk like that ever. I never heard men from the islands ever say that women wearing shorts were prostitutes. Never. So you were raised in America. You were in America. Yeah. You have an American.
And the fact of the matter is, long ago, women on the whole show used to dress that way. Everybody didn't dress that way. Now it's a normal thing. So I can't.
Well, what whole stroll? I wore when I was in when I was 19. I wore Daisy Dukes. We played baseball in Daisy Dukes. I was on the softball.
It's two different types of Daisy Dukes.
Wait. When girls play volleyball, they have on Daisy Dukes.
No, it's two different types.
Yeah, but it wasn't a normal thing.
Listen, they have some Nair shorts.
Those are Daisy Dukes.
Okay, but they weren't. The Daisy Dukes were actually the jean shorts that were up. So the Nair shorts were like the basketball shorts for men, but they weren't. They were actually shorts for women, and they called them Nair shorts because of the Nair hair remover. Right?
Y'all are making me put these pictures up.
That's why I think they called them Nair shorts. Right,
Daisy Dukes is like this, booty cheeks hanging out,
and they were made out of jeans. And so they were Nair shorts for that, but then after the prostitutes were wearing them.
Okay, I got them right here. Here's a Daisy. Here's a pair of Daisy
about
Dukes.
that, Sakina. Do you realize that the National Athletic Association, though, literally had the women's shorts to be that short to sexualize women as they're playing.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And the men's shorts are the size that, or the length that it is for a reason. And the women's athletic clothes are shorter and tighter for a reason. And they had a whole big discussion about this, some time ago, about about the sexualization of women in sports.
Sports, yep.
And they on purposely made those baseball shorts, volleyball shorts.
Yeah, the volleyball shorts.
On purpose, yes. Even ice skating, gymnastics.
Well, I thought it was also because they don't want to be restricted, but these are the shorts we're talking
No,
about.
them the 1930s.
These are Daisy Dukes.
Those not the Daisy Dukes.
So I'm gonna ask Jose, because he's the one who said it. Are these the whole shorts?
The third pair is the Daisy Dukes.
Yeah, the third pair is the Daisy Dukes.
I need to see if these are the whole shorts.
Back in 1986, yes. In 2025, no.
Hell no! Y'all are bugging, and wherever you're from,
right?
They used to wear
girls wear those. I'm in Arizona.
They used to wear those with the
girls wear those
stockings.
Grown women, right now, grown women. Remember, it gets to be 120 here. Grown women, little girls, children. Those you see people wearing those shorts everywhere.
But Nepal, you can fold the end of the shorts up until you can fold them.
Even
the Daisy Dukes is V cut.
Okay, yeah. So all right. So I get what you're saying, but let me
hanging out.
But he said these shorts. But I never had any cheeks hanging out. But let me say this. Even back in the 80s, I mean, back in the 90s, the 80s, the 90s, these are the shorts. That's a Arizona uniform, basically. People wear those shorts. And so it depends on where you're from. I'm not saying you're lying, Jose. I believe you that they said that. But it's dumbfounding to me that it's okay because people from other places go to, that's where we're going to do the next conversation. You got to know what people wear where you're from, like he's saying, right? Like if I was coming from Arizona with my shorts on and I'm going into back in the day where Jose's everybody's a prostitute, I'm sure somebody would say, girl, don't wear those.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know, and I say, why? That's actually happened to me where I think I was going to wear something and somebody's told me, you're going to wear that? I think it was Sonetta. He's like, that's goofy or something. It wasn't sexy. Oh, I'm going to tell you what it was. I had this huge skirt, like a long skirt, like with a petticoat under it, a big skirt. And he was like, we don't do that over here in New York. I was doing my whole Erykah Badu thing. So yeah, okay, I got you. So those are the whole shorts. Those are the whole shorts.
1986, not 2025.
1986, got you.
Do y'all know about Daisy Duke and the TV show The Dukes of Hazzard?
Yeah.
Okay, and that's where them shorts came from. So
what about the song though?
Yeah.
What about the song?
Look
Look at that with
Daisy Duke, the actual actress. She wore.
Yeah, but she wasn't too smart.
That's where the shorts created from.
Hey, that's when they was cut up. Her front pockets was out.
Exactly, and so that's where they created them shorts from.
Yeah, she probably had about 8 yeast infections in one season.
No.
Perfect example.
Exactly where they
don't
came.
do that. Don't do that, Metter. You're doing so well. Don't do that.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're doing great.
I'm sorry.
Why she gotta have a yeast infection? Because she wearing. Come on, but
you didn't say that though. He didn't just say that.
We're doing good, right? Men are gonna bring the
I can't go with all that. I'm just telling you where the genes came.
I heard.
Everybody.
I don't know. I can't call it. I can't call it.
Y'all
used to say that though. That used to be something that people said.
Let me say
even
something.
Women used to say that against women.
First
girls.
off, listen. The yeast infection thing. Newsflash: men get yeast infections too. And
yeah, but I'm talking about with the tight Daisy Duke.
I know, but let me say this: and you get them all over your body, and your feet be getting yeast infections. But we don't want to talk about yeast infections right now. We don't. We don't want to end our wonderful build with such a soured puss talk.
Yeah,
y'all
ruin the pot, bro.
Man, y'all have me crying.
Now let's stay on topic. Just okay. So Sakina, you want to park your car and then we move on to I think Zion. Well, no, you do your closeout. We'll just go to Zion last.
Again, I want to appreciate and say thank y'all for having me tonight because this was an awesome topic. I really didn't know, again, how modesty is being objectified. We've been defining it, and it's still this real big ball of a lot of things. We need to take into consideration what modesty is, right? We are humbling ourselves. We're policing things, we're characterizing things to make modesty culturalized to be what we want it to be. And what is it? What does it really entail? Right? And are we being modest or too modest in trying to hold somebody or to what degree? Are we being truthful to ourselves? So I thank y'all for having me in this conversation.
And Sakina, before you go, I'm looking up your channel. I think I have it. Nope. Because you changed the name of your channel.
No, it's still conversations.
No, I put conversations with Sakina Ra, right?
Mm-hmm.
I need you to drop the link, but I can't. I'm putting in conversations with
Smoking conversations.
Smoking, that's what it is. Dang.
And corporate conversations.
I know. I'm gonna get to hers too. Oh, you guys have different channels, or you have the same channel?
No, it's the same channel for now because I'm still working. I haven't had the time. So I'm on Tina's channel.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. So here it is. Smoking Conversations. Please go subscribe to this sister's channel. I'm gonna give the link right now in the chat. She and Gemini, I'm so glad they're here. I love them. They're awesome. I got to do this more. That's the channel right here. That's Natasha.
Yep, that is it.
And please go subscribe to my channel as well. But y'all already know. I really should be promoting my stuff more, but now, I'm going to do that later. All right. So thank you so much for being here. You know, I love you, Sakina, and I love you too, Gemini. Go ahead and close out with your wisdom, and we'll end it with Zion. Go ahead.
All right. It was a great conversation. I still think, that there is a thin line between what is overexposure and what is what's tasteful. Put it that way. What's tasteful, right? And for me, I have a specific type. I look away from things like that are overly sexual. I don't want to judge nobody or sit there and oogle either. You know what I'm saying? Or try to put a stereotype on a sister because of the way they dress, or what have you. However, I know that there's certain things that I personally would not wear as a man, because I don't want to attract that kind of attention. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to wear my pants below my waist. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to walk out with my with no shirt on at 55. When I was I guess 18, you know what I'm saying? And I had all the muscles and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I walk outside. I still think today, like, okay, I appreciated my shape and everything, but did I overdo it a little bit? Absolutely. Trying to attract, the kind of, a woman of that. But, and was that good? I don't necessarily think so. I don't think I got anything of value out of that. I got a couple of moments here and there. You feel what I'm saying? But
I want you to address this. You said you're older now. I need to see if Lady G is correct. Is that something that you brothers are? I know Sonetta ain't going there.
Speedos? I ain't gonna wear no Speedos. That was terrible back when we were like, ew.
Lady G, there you go. Some of the brothers know.
You ain't never gonna catch me in no.
I bet you it's because you know some. But wait, no, you know some women. You know some women who told you, you better go take them Speedos right off. You ain't going to.
The skinny jeans too are killing me. I'm from Wu-Tang time period. You know what I mean? We wore the baggy things, But I just think that that there's a sacredness that we've forgotten. There is a sacredness to the woman's body. Sure, you know what I'm saying? It's lovely to see some curves, to see, some skin. However, within taste, within reason, I can see that there's more to this woman than just her physical outside. The way she dresses sometimes can also be a reflection of the substance behind the eyes. And I think that that's important to look for. I don't think that we value that so much anymore. Everyone's so focused on, what kind of clothes you got, how much your clothes cost, how much money you got in your pocket. And, how you got gold teeth, you got tattoos on your face, you wearing things that are overly exposed, overly sexualized and stuff like that. It's just materialism that really has no substance, to me personally. And I think that we should be trying to be lead it with it by example, by example. I wear my turbans and stuff like that. I wear my cultural wear, and I think that there are women who find that attractive more so than if I walked in there with some Speedos on. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to do that. I don't think that's appreciated, and I don't think that we should that we should subject our sisters to that either. You know, like, sis, you know, you
Right.
can
Thank you. We
sundress.
appreciate that
That
wholeheartedly.
sundress, yeah, that sundress rock. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Touch all them curves, that light just gleam right through that, and leave everything to the imagination. You know what I mean? So that's just
All
me.
right. Well, we appreciate you, brother. We got to continue this conversation because you said some stuff in there. Even the sundress. I'm not going to go there though. I've seen women wearing the hijab and the niqab, all the whole, even burqas. Who's seen the video of the women twerking?
Yes, I saw. Yep, that was wild.
It looked like two
There was a whole bunch of
wrestling in two basketballs in a underneath a part. But anyway, thank you. We're gonna get to this again. It's been great. I'm gonna close out with the sister Gemini. Jose, you good? Jose over there thinking. He's like, maybe
because you know, I'm
maybe
mad.
I knew he was
mad at
thinking.
Zion,
See?
because Zion caused this whole thing. He should have just been quiet and laid down that night.
I saw
He got me out here fighting for my life.
I told you. I could see the brother thinking. He's like, I don't know if I should have said. Well, thank you so much, Jose. We understand, brother. You did great. We needed this conversation, so we didn't want to echo chamber in honesty and seriousness. So thank you for joining. Always welcome to join. Everybody came in, did great. Even Divine Allah till he got super disrespectful, unfortunately. This is no doubt, nobody get it twisted. This is Sonetter's channel, and I am Sonetter's significant other, because I guess Brother Law said anyway, let me stop talking. Okay. So let's just keep it. We can really go in, we can bust pinatas, but we don't have to call people names. And I know Sonetter's gonna say something when I get out of here, honey. I know he's ready to say, who was that new baby? I love you, Sonetter. This was a good build. Gemini, you have free reign. Talk as much as you like. I'm gonna put you on the big screen so they can see all the glory and all the beauty. Queen. Thank you, Lady G and me, Ambi.
Yeah, you know what? I haven't been out with the collective in a while, because I've been just working so hard. So I really appreciate this. Really appreciate this conversation with Sakina. Called me, was like, hey, Nepal's having a conversation, about, modesty. Me and her sat and talked about it, and she looked it up in dictionaries and all this other kind of stuff. And we were just sitting here chit-chatting about it, but then it turned out to be a really good discussion, a much needed. And like you said, a part two of this is needed, because for me too, I like to just me, I'm straight to the point, and I would like to see on our next conversation men really sit here and talk to us about standing up for the women versus always having to sit and talk about what she got on, what she looking like. How about what she looking like if she need a person to respect her for her for a change, other than always having to fight about what it is that she has on. So many other things that women are fighting, and we do not have enough men standing up, saying, hey, you know what? Men are quick to sit and say, hey, don't get in that. That's not my woman. When they're arguing, she's not you don't have no dog in that fight. They'll even stop their woman from stopping something, between a man and a woman. But when it comes to clothes or something that she has on, hey, we got free range. Your mouth is going like 90 go west, right? You can talk about it like a dog, and you can talk about it till the cows come home. Talk about it till you blue in the face, but then don't jump in. See, look at that abusive situation. Don't jump in. Woman, get on over here. That's not your place to talk to, to step in about that. So I want to see more conversations where men are literally, if you have been raised the way you say you've been raised, let's hear some of that. I want to hear some good things about, the better relationships between men and women and brothers. What are you doing to close this gap here, right? With these so-called women that, in your opinion, in your world, have these, lesser, morals. Let's talk about it. So I'm here for a part two. So again, thank you everybody in the chat who was waving and talking. James, it was a few people who were sitting here saying, hey, Naomi, I love seeing the ladies. You know,
Yes.
Lady G, you know, I miss you guys. So thank you. And you could have chose a better time because I am taking off work tomorrow. So I will be.
Woo. Let's do another one tomorrow, y'all.
Yeah, I'll be around for sure.
Okay. All right. Same bat time, same bat station.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Peace. Everybody said everything that they need to say. I'm not going to close out. We have a lot of long-winded talkers up here, but we have a lot to say because I'm the champion long-winded. No one has defeated me. Akina has tried to take my crown, but I held on to it. Okay. But that's okay, because that's what we're here for. If we just sat here quietly, you'd be like, what the hell are they doing? These weirdos. Peace to the darkest minds of the light. Peace to the HOK family. Peace and love to the channel. What you want to say? Somebody say something?
No, I'm just saying good night. Thanks for the conversation.
Oh, good night. Yes, brother. We need you to come back next time.
And I would definitely tune in tomorrow for sure.
You got to bring your sister from Trinidad to corroborate your boom boom whole claim. No, I'm just kidding. I just mess with you, Jose. All right, I'm going to close out with a song. Peace to you, thank you, Meta Williams. Thank you, Zion. Let's close out with the song we came in with.
You did it again, man.
HOK Field Marshal, you know? None of them can but a dance on the top.
Revelation, take the top.
I violate the general. Head up in a blood clot funeral home. Anchor the AK Jabari got the chrome. Head crevice the heart, we sending them home. Regina the alley with a Cuban and a galley. Send you back on Nile Valley with a shot in a your toe intellectually. How click the link if your scholarship sloppy. More just want make you cry with the truth. No lie, my youth him a really scorpion. 21 gun salute for commission. Not a brother, a hustle, a move like all left on the black woman, not all like Tulsa and the Yana past sister freedom. I don't hold panel, no what time for Bible thumping. The minute them see me come, revidiation set. Frankie are the trendsetter. None of them can mother than Sonetta. None of them can mother than Sonetta. Them got a podcast, but saw better.
Yeah. Coast to coast, we be banging. Coast to coast, we be bringing all this knowledge, we be slanging. In the HOK, we don't do no entertaining.
Speak the truth, speak the facts.
What the niggas just a layman. Better get on one accord. The future can be yours. Ancestors push you more. We gotta go explore the sciences and math. The future's based on class. You bout to catch my wrath. We turning up this track.
In the dark minds of the light.
The dark heart still fight. We gotta make this right. Talk right now. We learn how to stand up and stand proud. No man down. We fam now. House of the cops in my clan now.
Frankie are the trendsetter. None of them can mother than Sonetta. None of them can mother than Sonetta. Them got a podcast, but saw better.
When I look at you niggas, I see what I'm not. Go take him, a little bit of her, mix it with them, I put them in a pot. You still can't get none like me. It might sound the same, but it's unlike me.
That's a husband, right?
If I live it up, you niggas gonna see what it come might be. I thought I told ya. Affirmation, revelation, we some soldiers. Sinetta put this team together, now it's over. We got the weight of the world up on my shoulder. When you get conscious information, hearts turn colder. Now look at these trappers who rapping the same, so stuck in their lane, systemically, chemically. I'm thinking something is wrong with their brain. As long as they paid and flying the chain, I got nothing to say. They in love with the gang. I traded my gang for change, and now that I changed, a few things still say the same.
Frankie are the trendsetter. None of them can mother than Sonetta. None of them can mother than Sonetta. Them got a podcast, but saw better.
You know what I love when Revelation X goes. We're gonna get Revelation X on here next time. Peace and love to my beautiful sisters and to the beautiful audience. We're gonna end the stream. We get Revelation X's. We're gonna find out what the hell is going on. People talk. I know he said Brooklyn, but even in Brooklyn, I'm something about them poom poom shorts being equivalent to somebody on the stroll. Peace, everybody. That's great. Now I know all three. I don't have to ask. I know these sisters have put on some short shorts. That's what my mom calls them. She says those are short shorts. you know, she would never call them Daisy Dukes or anything. But anyway, let me end this. Let me see what the sister said. Lone Wolf. I love him. What if You'll Be All Right said, I've been listening to reggae lately. Okay. We're going to see you soon, Zion, because we're not done with that stream you did. Peace. All right. Okay.
All right.